Canada.
Uncircumcised.
Philanthropy. Stupid stuff.
Supercross.
Hey.
Nipple.
Machete.
Fashion.
A scintillating bloodbath. A hellacious fury.
Evil.
Cannabis. Interesting thing.
Awesome.
Radio.
No, it's not my penis. It's my anus. It's not semen. It's diarrhea, man. I just shit in my pants a little bit.
It's the Jason Ellis Show with Jason Ellis. Michael Tully.
Smack me in the face with that Taylor hand.
Andrew Bruce.
I'm not good at language.
Kevin Kraft.
My butt has great timing.
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis.
House is blowing up.
Jason Ellis. This is the Jason Ellis Show.
And we're gonna go and get our vages steamed.
Sorry, I got something stuck in my neck. I was eating some biscuits and I was thinking to myself that everybody loves a biscuit, right? I mean, is there anybody out there that doesn't love a biscuit? I know that I'm descended from criminals who are descended from English fuckfaces, but you understand what a biscuit is, don't you? Some people like to dip their biscuits in stuff. Some like to eat the whole biscuit in one shot. I don't know. Sometimes I do all of them. I'm more of an all kind of biscuit versions. I'll do any kind of biscuit you got, any way you got it. But I get it if you just want one biscuit. But I don't understand anybody who doesn't enjoy a biscuit. You guys think I'm talking about chicken, don't you?
No, are we talking about cookies here?
Yeah, those are biscuits.
Maybe where you come from.
Yep, that's what
Maybe
I tried to
you
explain at
should
the start.
Consider going back there if you don't want to use our words.
Man, I was gonna try not straight off the bat. You know, you fucking. I said I did the fucking High and Dry podcast this morning with Catherwood, and I think I've told the story maybe 2 or 3 times, and it happened yesterday after the show.
What
you
story?
and I don't fucking talk after the show. You know that, right?
I guess.
And I just felt like what you said yesterday. Was, I mean, I feel you. Sometimes you do come across like a bit of a lip-tart. We both do.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe just more. I don't want to say it, but I feel like just a little bit more open-minded and considerate is what we are. What I'd like to think, but you talking about what the Donalds tweeted yesterday, because I didn't know. Right? I don't know anything about it. I don't pay attention to any of that shit. I try to stay away because I just feel like it's a constant reminder that it's a bit ridiculous, and I also feel like a lot of people are kind of over the top on both sides, and
no doubt
if
about
I don't
it.
pay attention, then I have a more pleasant day.
For sure, and I've tried to avoid it too. I've unfollowed and muted everybody but essential personnel on Twitter for that very reason.
Right, but when you told me that, and just for you to even want to tell me that, and then kind of say, look, I don't even want to do you any injustice. I'll read you the exact things. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. This is exactly what he said. And then, because I went to Long Beach, because you said that, and I'm like, wow, I don't fucking think we ever talk after the show. And it was like we were genuinely concerned about the level of that. Why there's somebody that talks like that, and then you compile all the other things, and I'm like, man, that really is, besides the politics of it all, because I can't even begin to understand what's right about taxes, or I don't know, you guys, I don't even think to know. I mean, I don't claim to know, but I don't think that anybody can. It just seems mean. You can't say that it's not mean, and it's not going to trigger other people to be mean. It's a crazy situation, and you saying that, and then I went to a hotel room last night where TV exists. There's no movie, so all of a sudden I'm just that guy, man. If I'm in a hotel and the TV is there, I turn the TV on. Even if it doesn't have movies, I just watch it. I don't know why. So then I get Good morning, you dickheads, and all that other stuff. And I found two things. Last night I watched late night TV, and I found liberal TV hosts to be really annoying and offensive on my behalf, where it's just you're stinging it and you're rubbing it and you think you're so fucking smart and you're so arrogant and you're famous and rich, so you're not even a part of any of the problem of any of it. You're so far away from it. And you're just, look at big dummy, everyone's a big, and I'm like, does that solve anything? I know that you're an entertainer first and you've got to do that, but I just feel like all I ever see on the news is either everybody saying things in response to how bad he is and how stupid you are if you support him. And I'm like, how's everybody on that side supposed to react to that if you're just a normal guy or a normal girl? You might find that to trigger you a little bit.
Sure.
You might want to say, you know what, fuck you.
For sure.
So it just seems like you claim like you're smarter because you're a part of the side that isn't the guy that may or may not have tweeted some racist shit. I mean, I think he did, but that doesn't make you any smarter, and it does and showing poking it just tells me that you just want more drama.
Yeah, I've yet to see like a concerted, intelligent response at any point in the last couple of years from the liberal side.
Right. It just seems everyone just you make a mistake and they go, look at that, and it's
even when he does shit that I'm like, oh, you guys are really stretching on this one. There's some shit that's like dead to rights, kind of hard to deny, and then there's other shit where I always think the one where he's talking about we need the moon to go to Mars. And people are like, oh, he thinks the moon is on Mars. Or it's like, no, actually, if you fucking talk to NASA, it's like you might want to launch to Mars off of the moon. That's like not a crazy thing that he said. You guys cannot fucking miss an opportunity to go after him. Right. So yeah, and I feel the same way about the late night TV hosts. I don't watch any of them, and
I never watch them, but I caught a bunch of guys last night because I was flicking the channel, and I'm like, wow, you're all so cocky about his statement, but you're making a joke out of it. And it hasn't been 24 hours, so do you care? Are you that offended?
That's right. No, that's right.
Because it's a big joke, kind of.
And none of them knew what to do in the beginning when he was elected. I think they were all kind of like, oh, maybe we can ignore it, or maybe we can just make jokes about his hair and stay away from the politics. And like Colbert in particular is a guy where at a certain point he's like, fuck it. I don't agree with Donald Trump, and I don't think most of my viewers do, and I'm going to go after him. And had he done that and his ratings had utterly tanked, he probably would have stopped.
Yeah.
But he started doing it, and he actually got bigger. And so it's like, are you doing this because you're a moral crusader? Because I don't think you'd be doing it if it wasn't also keeping you on TV.
Right, which is why I'm in the position where, sure, we don't have that many listeners or whatever, but I'm trying to be amusing for 3 hours, and I do disagree with him, but I feel like stabbing and at somebody or that side is just, if you're a fan or slightly inspired by me, or I don't think that it's a good idea to be angry at either party. I think it's just you only have control of yourself and the people around you, and I would just react the opposite of that. Because I saw in the news, there's two sides. There's people that were saying, yeah, if you don't like it, why don't you go back? And I went, oh my God.
Yeah.
That was like an old lady. She's straight up positive that you should. And I think I said something, I erased it this morning, but I remember having an argument with another radio show where one of the hosts said he's not even from here. And Bubba the Love Sponge told that person, hey. And it was so obvious, it was like, hey, don't make that.
Yeah, we don't say that shit on the radio, remember?
Yes. It was so obvious that that's what they fucking did. And I'm an overprivileged white guy, and I was hurt by it. I was like, wow, really? Fuck you.
Yeah,
you can't, in a rational mind, you can't, fuck you doesn't get you anywhere.
That tweet really bothered me because I can't believe how far we've come, and I think everybody has been sort of painted into their own corner to the extent that they kind of do feel obliged to defend shit that maybe they don't even really agree with, and I say that about both sides. I tweeted when we were in Indianapolis that I'd had an Uber driver that I think 98% of people, if I had been streaming it on my Instagram, would have agreed that this was a racist individual who was driving my Uber. Or at least 5 years ago, I think 98% of people would have been like, yes, this is what a racist man looks and acts like, and these are the sorts of racist things racist people say. And one of his big points that he tried to slam home to me in between picking me up from a burger and trying to take me back to my hotel
Wow.
that if you were in Congress, you shouldn't be bringing the laws over from your country. You should go back to where you came from. And I was like, holy shit, wow, you don't see too many of those guys in the wild anymore. At least I don't here, as you know, on the coast or whatever people think about where we live. So to actually literally see the president of the United States in so many words make the exact same fucking argument that a racist fucking Uber driver had made to me a month or two before, I was like, wow, okay, well, nobody's going to defend this, right? I mean, God, now we've really reached a point where this is indefensible. Can we all agree? And no, we cannot.
I think
There's
I
no
think
surprises left.
Sorry,
No.
I think there's some confusion between, what you guys feel as far as policy stuff goes and how you feel about a person. I think there's a big, important distinction between the two.
I said I wasn't talking about policy.
Right.
I made
Yeah.
that clear.
Right.
Clear.
No, I know.
I take very little interest in that myself.
Right.
Yeah, I look forward to not giving a shit about politics again as soon as possible.
I just remember when I didn't make a certain amount of money, and then Obama was going to tax it or something, and then Trump, and then apparently nothing changed.
No, nothing.
There was no some fucking the rich guy got richer or the no, not.
No, I've made
No,
that
it
point.
didn't.
I don't know where I'm living, if it's because I'm so rich
I
or
pay
so
taxes.
poor or whatever. But really,
Same
straight up,
tax.
Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump. I have not noticed any tremendous difference in my life.
Sorry, go
Not
ahead.
your
Will.
not your tax returns?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I
Same.
owed money for the first time in forever.
All right,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead,
I'm-
Will.
I mean, just even in saying that you guys are talking about politics right now, it's not really because
You're right.
I
We're
agree.
not.
I agree.
Yeah. We're talking about love and hate. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, and you're talking about.
We need to start loving people a little more and stop. Watch what you're doing. I also feel like everybody needs to be so. You're all racist. We all are. It's just meant control. I mean, people want to eat and steal and take, and you have this mental control over yourself, and you care about the way others feel, and you don't want to just make everybody distraught, right? You don't want to fucking kill and rape everybody, right? Right? So you don't. So you try to do stuff considerately. Sometimes fat people cut me off, and I say to myself, "You're fat." But I don't want fat people to die. I don't want to pay more taxes. I don't want them to not live in another. I want them to be free. I want everybody to be free. I want Muslims to be free. Everybody. Just. But I'm a sporadic moron. You can't lead everybody and do that. Say that. You get all the other morons to be like, fucking hell yeah, go back. Oh, man, go back? Really? Go back? Man, that's such a sketchy thing to say to people.
Especially if you're talking to people who were born here.
Yeah, and they were here longer than your wife. You know that?
Yeah, but she's on board with the program. If you come here, you're supposed to get on board with the program, which is somebody else tells you what the program is and you go along with it.
Oh.
That's how that works.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
can-
Everybody's got their tribe. So when your tribe is in power, you can't say anything bad about it. But then when the other team's in power, you are screaming your head off, for the entire term. That's just how it is.
I only thought that could, down the line, people can die from that tweet. Or it's more, people can get gang mentality from this and corner people who aren't even from here into things that could cause both sides to be killed. And then you have a person that died and parents and loved ones that lose a loved one because of an irresponsible president for tweeting hatred, encouraging it. That's the only thing that I think that you can't argue that I'm incorrect on. And I don't, all the other stuff, like I said, don't know about any of the policies. I just think that was such a bad move. Guy? People are calling? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see anybody I'm not saying we need to take these calls. I don't think that we do, but I don't think anybody, thank goodness, is calling in to say, well, what about blah, blah, blah? What about blah, blah, blah? Somebody says this is just tribalism. And I'm inclined to think that really is true. We're just seeing some really, really weird, crazy, deep strain of tribalism. People just really are, like I said, I feel like they've we've all kind of gotten backed into our corners where there's just no middle ground. You have to, like Kevin said, you have to agree with everything that your team says, and you have to hate everything that the other team says or does. And it's so funny to me because I've already said this on air. I forget who made this point to me, but like, I feel like sports was always like that it's like, yeah, Yankees, boo, Red Sox.
Yeah.
But like, even at that, if the Yankees have a guy as a Yankees fan that I think sucks, I can be like, fuck that guy's stupid, get him the fuck off my team, or boy, our manager did something stupid today.
Yeah.
Like, sports is such a goddamn tribal thing. It is ridiculous. They could literally trade the entire team and get a whole new team of individuals next year, and as long as they have the same shirt on, you will cry you'll cry if they lose. And even at that, people feel very comfortable saying, this guy on my team sucks, get him the fuck out of here. Like, why is politics even more intense than that when all of us agree? I mean, thank goodness. I know that there are people who are directly affected by politics. I'm not naive. But for the most part, it's not like, if this guy's elected, these people die, or if that guy's elected, those people die. There's countries in the world that are like that. This shit is really just a fucking online shouting match at the core. For most people, thank goodness. For now, at least.
Right. For most people, but still, one person shouldn't be suffering for it, Anyway, fart poopy dick joke McGee, right?
Well,
let's get back into it.
And in other news, the Emmy nominations are out.
Emmys are because you were a great actor?
Yeah, they're TV.
Oh, okay.
Game of Thrones is like the most nominated show ever.
I say give it to the dragon or the Ice King, because he played a stone cold motherfucker.
Remember when the
Anybody
Ice
disagree?
King just had a baby for a second, and then
Wait,
that just
what?
never came up again?
Oh, no, he stole babies all the time. Before anybody got there, he was getting babies off that guy who lived in the wild with where he's fucking his sisters.
But what
Yeah, I
about
think
the
he
end?
ate them.
Is that what was going on? What happened at the end of the season where he just had that one baby?
I think he
Anything?
ate it.
No, he got that baby back, didn't they?
But I thought that was. I thought that meant that something was going to happen with babies when the climax of one whole entire season was, oh shit, he's holding a baby. What's
I
he going
just
to do
don't
with
know
that
how
baby?
he was that close to where they were getting that baby. So they were right where that dude's shack was, where
Yeah.
he was fucking his sisters, was fucking his
Daughters,
daughters.
yeah.
How come they didn't take over then? I mean, Ice King was hanging out getting babies from that dude's store all the time.
Building the ranks,
I guess
building his army.
I guess if you like eggs, you don't eat chicken.
And the White Walkers might not be able to reproduce. So
Right,
he
well,
needed
they got
fresh babies.
Frozen loads.
Wait, what do you mean they can't reproduce? They can just take dead people out of the ground.
Yeah.
Right, but you're not. Oh, yeah.
They got to
that's a good
find the
point.
dead people, though.
What
But
do
if
you
they
mean find the
wouldn't-
dead people? All he
They
needs to
just kill
do is
them.
all he needs to do. It's not like he just raises his hand and everything dead with like. And what is the limit of how far he's able to raise dead people? Is it as far as the eye can see,
Probably
or
as
what?
far as he can see, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he just turned that newborn into an ice.
Oh, he did, huh?
Whatever,
He turned him into
White
a
Walker.
dead baby.
Yeah, but what good is a fucking
Yeah.
white baby walker?
I mean, getting
Babies can't even walk.
But if you're a White Walker baby, you're running and sprinting and doing somersaults. You probably could.
Well, I don't
Or
recall
you could
seeing that
you could
baby.
thall the zombie babies like grenades.
No,
and they
yes,
just bite
these are
whoever
all
they
things
land
that
on.
you could possibly do. I don't recall
Suicide-
any of those things happening.
Suicide frozen
Are these in the
babies.
long-awaited deleted scenes that will make sense of the last
oh,
season?
yeah, good point.
I-
They
I
did not.
think the actual reasoning is if you switch an alive person or baby, they then have the knowledge versus the zombie risen dead to like become the White Walker and like the Night King versus just be a
Hey, I
zombie
call
army.
bullshit on that.
Wait, so he was going to raise this baby to be the next Night King?
Yeah, to be one of his like 7. You know how
Yeah, the guys
Can I
on the
spoil
horses. Yeah, spoil Game of Thrones. Sorry, everybody.
when Arya shoved her
It
dagger,
wasn't that good. It's a total letdown, everybody. The very end, it's just like,
Yeah.
she snuck by like 7 other dudes.
Yeah.
That weren't like zombies. They were like the knights. And so
Right.
you might have to be alive and turn into a White Walker to become one of those knights.
So this baby was part of his future plan that roughly 60 years in the future, because those guys were all really old.
Yeah, but this is like a 1,000-year-old story.
that fingernail is fake as fuck.
Yeah, that was definitely not that guy's real fingernails.
That's ridiculous.
God, that baby looks like a man who's an actor, and I cannot fucking place it.
I
It's a
know
little
who.
Edward
I know who.
Norton.
I know who.
Who?
There's this new comedy show where there's some Mexican comedian guy and he roasts white people, and he's got the weirdest head ever. He's the most confusing. I watched normal television for the first time in a long time, and it's some comedian guy that has a skit show, and it's pretty funny.
It's not
And-
Fluffy, is it?
Uh,
Gabriel Iglesias?
I don't know.
Is he large and in charge?
He's a little Mexican guy.
Is that who you were thinking of, Tully?
No,
Tally,
maybe
were you thinking of the that really annoying gross guy from that Arnold Schwarzenegger where he tears the front seat out of the car, they go speeding off in it? It's that guy that's all lecherous over the
Yeah, that guy. That show.
Oh, the Warriors come out and play Yay Yay?
What's that?
No.
No, it's not him. I think it might have been Patton Oswalt that I thought the baby looked like.
No,
Wait,
he's
is that,
the Jason
is that
guy.
the Australian guy?
No. That's so Alternatino with Arturo Castro is the show that you're referring to,
Yeah.
maybe. So that's a new Comedy Central thing. I think it's a sketch comedy thing.
Yeah.
He does look like that baby.
That guy.
Thank you.
He is kind of baby looking.
Commando. That's the one I'm thinking. It's the lecherous guy with the flight attendant and
Yeah, that's the Warriors come out and play
it
Yay
is.
guy.
Oh, that
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah. That guy's
Yeah.
great too.
Kind of. Yeah. I
Weird
don't
show
know.
though.
This guy was on Broad City, is where I know him from.
He was also a huge dick in Narcos. He was like a really good kid of one of the cartel guys in Narcos.
So you watched this as well. So you at least had cable in your.
Is that what that means in the hotel? Yeah, if I watch that, then
If you
that's
watch
what that
Comedy
means.
Central?
Okay, yeah, well then yeah, I had cable. That meant, but I was still. Don't get it twisted, Michael. I still enjoy a good, solid morning broadcast from Long Beach. You know what I mean? The weather lady and the.
I don't know how.
you know
I
what's
don't-
bad for you? Coming up after the break.
I don't know how you can endure any of that.
Because I surf, but I thoroughly enjoy unprofessional professionals
Oh.
choking on their shit every day. And I'm like, you still haven't figured out how to do it right, you fucking tard. Oh, wait, where's the fucking toilet? Where's the chopper? Are you there? I'm like, God, I suck so bad. This lady's fucking face is coming off.
Among the other series is getting a bunch of Emmy nominations. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
I don't know who Miss Maisel is.
I tried it. It wasn't really for me.
No.
Chernobyl.
The Chernobyl, wait, it's a show?
Chernobyl
Yes.
kicked ass. It's a limited 5-episode series.
Yeah, that's right.
Fucking
What app
awesome.
do I use to watch that?
It's on HBO.
HBO.
You know, I was on the SiriusXM app, I don't know, the other day, and Pandora's on there, and you can blow yourself.
Channel 3, right?
Yeah, I saw me on there. They showed the
There you go.
show. Fuck, yeah. Woo!
Everybody should update their app if they haven't done it in the
Yeah.
past couple days. 'cause
Update
there's a
your
bunch
app.
of new features.
It's got so many features.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Hey, did Ron Bennington say that Fez is a suspect in a murder today? Somebody DM'd me that and said, "Hey man, just so you know, a guy on your channel." I'm like, "Oh, my fucking channel," but Ron Bennington said that Fez is a suspect in a serial murder, serial
Fez
killer.
Watley, serial murderer.
That's
was
what.
going
No,
on.
so dude, I don't. People DM me that the app isn't working, or they say that the show isn't up, and that that Ron Bennington's accusing his ex-co-host of being a serial killer. I don't know which one's real and which one isn't. I'm just saying stuff. Sorry. At Wolfmate on Twitter. Oh, at Wolfmate on Instagram. I think I'm like 100 off 200,000. I don't care. Fucking that's so stupid.
Wait, I don't understand anything about what's going on. I haven't listened to Ron and Fez
Yeah,
in
great.
years.
Well, it's not Ron and Fez.
I know
it's
it's
the
not.
Bennington show.
I
He
know.
has his daughter on. It's a great show. I
Yeah.
like it. I like his daughter.
Yeah. I have a
That other guy, though. No, I'm joking.
I have a lot of respect for him. I just never really. I don't listen to a lot of radio in general. Too busy with the show and shit.
I listen to this channel just to torture myself.
So I Googled his name to
Real
see
good,
if he
Will.
was by chance accused of a string of unsolved murders. Didn't get anything on that. I did get just a headline: Fez Watley recasts live-action Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That was a bit, I think, a couple years ago.
Okay, so that is not real either.
No. He retired, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago?
Right. Well, this
become a murderer.
Yeah, but this news is only from the end
That would-
of last year. It's Christmas of this
If
past
you
year.
did retire, it would free up your time to be a serial killer.
And to recast Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with live actors.
I believe he came back out of retirement for a one-off episode for Bennington around Thanksgiving of last year, and maybe that's when that
And
topic was
Back
discussed.
to the killings.
Yes. Now back to murder.
Right.
just long enough to establish an alibi, and then
Right. Well, I hope he keeps, he gets away with it because he was a great guy on the radio. You don't want him to go to jail.
when you're that good on the radio, I
He
think
deserved
you
to be a
you should
mass
get away with
murderer.
murderer. Yeah.
Well, we can all agree on that. So let's, Will, keep
I
striving.
I certainly can't agree with it.
Couple more Will's newses, and you have diplomatic immunity from being a serial killer.
Red dragons, yeah.
By the way, I just noticed my brother got nominated. My brother's show got nominated for an Emmy too.
You just became aware of that.
check
You
Yes.
became aware of that right now.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
So he's more successful than you now.
I don't know about that.
I know
Will's
Will's news is sick. Wait. We got a phone call. We got a phone
way
call.
more
Somebody's listening. Joe, welcome to the show.
Yeah, what's going on? I was listening to Bennington when he said that, and basically a caller called in and asked about Fez, and Ron was like, well, it's going to come out sooner or later. Fez is wanted in a serial murder case. He hasn't been arrested yet, but he's a suspect.
See?
So it is
So it is
absolutely
true.
true. That's
It's all
all I need
facts.
to know. Wow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Joe.
That is so creepy just to think that any of us could have just been walking down the hall and just boom.
Man, so close. We almost moved over here when the mass murderer was still on the channel. We could have been a part of his murderings.
Could have gone into the kitchenette and never come back.
Good thing I never talk shit on that show, right?
Right.
I would have been
Jesus.
for sure ticketed.
I've listened to that show for 20 years, and I've
Never
been listening
sensed
to
the
a
murder?
serial murderer for 20 years,
Yeah.
apparently.
How's that feel?
Crazy. I never knew what was a bit or not, and now
Did he ever say that he feels like killing people?
I think, yeah.
He did.
He would get upset every once in a while.
See? Now he's figured out how to stay happy, and it's his thirst for murder.
He's finally devoting himself to some projects he's been putting up for years,
Right.
namely the indiscriminate murder of thousands of innocent,
innocent people.
individuals.
Yeah, that's right. Wow.
Let's see.
That's an edgy show.
Speaking of crime, a man from Colombia
I love Colombia.
was getting off his plane in Barcelona.
I never-
Heading to Ibiza.
Selfie.
And he was looking very nervous.
Uh-oh.
That drew the attention of security officials. Yes. But that didn't draw the attention of security officials quite as much as his wig, specifically the height of his wig.
It was above his head.
Yeah.
Turned up.
How many keys did he have under there? Where
Funny
he
you
didn't
should
try to
mention
just
that.
go
Oh,
for
are
a
you just
couple.
stereotyping because he came from Colombia?
Look at his wig. It's insane. That's insane. The amount of coke that he put on his head is just... I mean, if you want to go through, you can put a layer like a pancake of cocaine.
Bring a little coke.
But you can't put a... That's like... He's got like an old school CD player on his head. It's like having a CD Walkman on your head.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a dark jellyfish.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And then the back, there's a giant gap between his head and the man.
Yes.
Did he do some of his own supply? Never do that.
503 grams of cocaine glued to his head. They said the street value is about 30 grand.
He must have pissed off a dealer or something.
Man, what about it? Do you think it would have been a better idea if he just had like 2 bags, one in each hand?
Oh,
It might have got through better.
There are so many things that would have been a better plan.
In
'cause
your
it's,
pocket.
all in all, it's not quite that much coke. Like if
Yeah.
you had just like spread it out across your midsection, I don't think anybody notices. He's a pretty lumpy guy to
They
begin with.
took a photo. They were like, stand here and then on your head, you fucking idiot. We want to post it.
Yeah, the Barcelona TSA's Instagram is going to be off the chain.
They were laughing their fucking asses off when this dude walked in. What? Cocaine? What are you talking about?
As the Colombians so often say.
Sorry, I was just there. That's exactly how they talk.
Soldier Boy is out of prison.
Wait, I didn't know he went in. Was it?
Yeah,
for-
he did a mass murder as well.
Right.
Yeah.
What did he do? Did not pay fines or something?
Probation violation, good behavior, time served. He was arrested after police found his ammunition. If they found ammunition in his home, And I guess he was a very good boy in prison, and he served only 94 days of a 240-day prison sentence. So he can get back to making all those classic songs.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. Can't wait to see what new jams Soulja Boy's dreamt up.
Yeah, I knew something's been missing from my life these past 150 days.
Boy, does that guy suck.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Anybody in the market for a free couch in the Ohio area?
Why do you ask, Michael? Because, I mean, I do like couches.
They're so fucking
It's funny you bring it up because
I was sitting on one just today.
I was thinking to myself, you know what would be even better? Another couch.
If I could put a couch on top of this couch.
2 couches, like a couch sandwich.
Be double comfy.
I could invite more people over and we could all look at each other.
You guys know this is a running plot line in the Lego movies, right?
No.
Yeah, double-decker couches.
Oh, no, I'm familiar with the double-decker couch, but just you realize that's a fucking bunk bed.
It's worse than a bunk bed.
Because your feet are dangling down in front of the other person's face?
And because you lay down in a bed, you sit on a couch, and the clearance would be way too low for you to use the bottom one.
So stupid.
It's really, really dumb.
God, Lego people
Yeah,
are
Emmett,
I don't like those movies.
Yeah, Emmett's a fucking moron.
Well, they are made of plastic.
Yeah, they're really small.
Yes, no, Lego
I always like to imagine
they're known for that.
when I watch those movies that there's like all these amazing things going on, and I constantly tell my son, like, you realize all the shit is happening inside a shoebox, right?
Why would you do that to him?
I don't know. I don't know why.
So
I
depressing.
do ruin quite a bit of children's entertainment for
Good
him.
for you, dude, as long as you're getting happy about it.
He knows none of it is real. I make clear he knows. Oh my god, dude, he is so into monster trucks. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it got him. It's
Oh,
more than,
no.
it's more than
bad.
24 hours.
Yes. Now he wants.
Well, they're probably playing in a theater. I mean, in a stadium near you pretty soon. Nick.
Monster Jam.
Go to Monster Jam and check them out. Kids love it.
It is super kitted out. I went looking on their website because he wants to know when it's coming back, so we could go again. And they are literally the same people that do Disney on Ice and Marvel on Ice. So yeah, it's just full on Jurassic World on Ice. It's kid
Might have
stuff.
something to do with how Scooby Doo's in there.
That's true.
They got connections with those guys.
So couches.
Couches, you say, because I love a couch.
A Toledo, Ohio strip club is getting rid
that
of its
couch
old
is-
furniture
Okay.
and has made its old couches available for the low
Oh, but they
price.
put it outside.
It's free. Well, yeah, that's what you do when you put free shit on Craigslist.
I mean,
You have to air it out so it doesn't smell like jizz anymore.
you guys with your
it's always
jizz-
going to smell like jizz.
Yeah, I don't flinch jizz, man.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, if it was a really good couch, I would put it in my house.
If I told you
That it came from a scale, yes. If
No,
it was fucking awesome, yes.
What if we play
Would
a
you get it
game where
clean
I
first?
jizz
What?
on a
Would
bunch
you get
of
it clean first?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I'm only really interested in. I don't really like the material where things soak in stuff. I only kind of like the fake leathery thing. I mean, I've got some sort of weird ass gray vinyl couch that I don't know. Katie found it. It's not that bad, but if it was from a strip club, I would want it to be the like plasticky stuff. So you know, I mean, like the deli, you know, the vinyl stuff with it's like leather, but it's not leather.
The ones that have like the foam rubber inside?
Yeah, and they have the buttons in it, you know, and the lines in there.
Yes.
So it seems like
It's
if you
old
just
school.
if you
classic
wiped
couch
it down,
thing.
you could scrub it hard like
Yeah.
a car and
Right.
clean it off.
Yeah, no, these look a little bit more absorbent than what I would be looking for
Yeah,
from ideally from a used strip
And they don't
club
look like
couch.
good couches. They look like just shit pieces of couch.
Yeah, that's true too. They're kind of IKEA-y.
Yeah, they're not really
Oh shit, I think I have that chair.
selling it.
Is one of them just a packing pallet with a back on it?
You know what I mean? Yeah, because some of them, they really, some of it looks like absolute trash. I'm not sure why anybody would want any of it. It's like a
Yeah.
couple of cushions on the ground. Like, it's a bad look.
No, this is just the kind of viral marketing that money can't buy.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
They
this
did
is
also offer up a warning with the couches saying may have stained unknown bodily fluids. So
If you're a young guy, that's cool.
Yeah, stop bragging.
Yep.
Yeah, guys love jizzy couches.
They do. All my friends
We all
love
outgrow
jizz
that
couch.
phase,
Yeah.
but-
No, when I was a young boy, I used to jizz on my mum's couch, and then I'd sit on it, big smile on my face. Knew I was just covered in my own jizz. That's what men like. It's like pigs
Perfect.
in mud.
Yeah.
Bong bong.
We just love it.
A couple bought the house from The Conjuring and
Yeah, and died in it.
And
A doll murdered them.
they said it's real haunted.
Oh, fuck off. Fucking murder. Let's go there. Let's fucking go there right now.
Yeah, I
What's
wanna
up,
see.
Annabelle? Get these balls, Anna balls. I'm not scared of any of you. Please float. Please show me that you're real.
So the Conjuring
I'd be
franchise
so pumped.
is based on a true story, I guess. Where the same couple,
Yeah.
I have not seen any of the Conjurings. Is
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
They're bullshit artists.
No.
First
no.
one was pretty entertaining. I
They're
enjoyed it.
dead, and they're also
Yeah, so they died. So what?
completely legit.
They're not fucking legit. It's a bullshit scam.
They weren't scamming anybody. They're deeply religious.
I'm a 12-year-old that's 72. Oh, wow. Real fucking... Anybody can do that voice.
Bullshit artist.
that Annabelle's thing that she's a doll that's 72 years old?
No. There's the English... The most historic one that they went to in England, Michael. They went to England, and there was a house that was haunted. Family was haunted. And the daughter was possessed by a person that lived in the house before that died in the house. And they actually interviewed her, recorded her. And there's audio, the actual real audio. At the end of the movie, they play the real audio of them going, hello, what's your name, little girl? I'm not, my name's fucking Trevor, I'm 75. Or whatever. And it's like, fuck off. Fucking 70.
Why do you call bullshit on that? Do you think that because kids are horrible actors?
Well, there's no video, and they had video cameras.
Mm-hmm.
There's no video of it. And then there's a photo of her levitating. She's jumping off the fucking bed. There's just you see the real photo, and it's like, yeah, it could be levitating, or she could be jumping off the fucking bed. And then, what was the other bit? Just, they like all the people that are involved in it, that, spirits came to them, and they fought boogeymen when they were kids, and they survived. The Lord fucking saves them from the demons. Come on. Fucking demons. There's no demons. I mean, you can call anything a demon, speed demon. Ricky Carmichael's a demon. Really, if you want to get down to it. You can touch him, too, if you go to the Supercross.
What's the best, because we always hear about haunted houses 30 years after everything happened. What haunted house is really popping right now?
That one. This is the new one that they're talking about, and it's just weird that you moved into that house knowing it was that house, and you're telling everybody that it's haunted. It's like all the people that live in haunted houses, all Mansons and fucking, all you creepy whatever. You're in the Rolling Stones and you live in a haunted house because you talk to the fuck off.
And then that goofy Ghost Chad guy, he's got a TV show. And I think he was the originator.
Chad.
He was the originator of, oh, did you hear that? And then they rewind, and then they play the same exact scene, and there's like a in the background.
Ghost Chad.
So he's like a ghost hunter guy?
Wait,
Yeah,
you talking
and
about the
he's
guy that
got-
has the hair the buff guy that flicks his hair in front of his
I think so, yeah.
the
So
moose locks?
he seems to make a lot of headlines because he buys these enchanted, doomed items, and then, Post Malone will touch it, and then his plane will fall apart and be like, oh, he cursed Post Malone. Ghost Chad got him.
Okay,
you gotta
I do
watch
recall
out for
that.
Ghost Chad.
Okay, but
Yeah,
in terms
he'll
of
make you touch his shit, and then you're cursed.
in terms of houses, so yeah, Zach Baggins, right?
Yeah. The most aptly named man ever.
Yeah, Sack Baggins.
Wait, his name's Sack Baggins. Man, Sack Baggins has come a long way. Good for you, you giant tool.
They made fun of Sack Baggins.
He looks
but
like the
now
coolest guy in the
which
Geek
is
Squad.
crazy. 'Cause that-
He
I
said,
mean,
"I'll prove you all wrong.
Right,
My
he
name
did.
is Sack
if
Baggins."
I know, right? If the Baggins family can do something, they can get it done. He was the most afflicted guy
Yep.
out of all affliction guys.
Mhm.
He went full head to toe affliction and moosed curls that he stuck to the side of his temple. He started to invent his own haircut. It's pretty cool, man. I mean, it's really, really bad, but it's worked for him. And so you're saying Zach Baggins now today still is out there meeting ghosts.
Yeah, that's right. No, he very recently, like in the last year, almost murdered Post Malone. But so he goes out and gets shit, and he brings it to his museum, which coincidentally, people can come by and pay admission to get inside, right?
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like the most recent one he got was Vanilla Ice.
So they these guys are out hunting ghosts, but is there one place that they don't even have to bother hunting for them because they're like, oh yeah, we all agree that house is super duper haunted. We're not going to go in because we've heard crazy stories about creepy things bump in the night. Just like, yeah, that one's just mark it off the list. That house is fucking haunted.
Yeah,
If so, where is that
every
house
time
currently?
you go? It's cash money. You go and you get haunted.
Yeah, there are.
Okay, whereabouts? Where we go?
I forgot the name of the. I mean, but they'll go there because they want to like get video of shit. You know,
even though there isn't any video.
I know, Jason. You are so angry about ghosts because
They
you are
haven't said
so
hello to me.
scared that it might be real.
I'd be happy if it was real.
It's one convoluted theory.
I want to
believe.
see them so that I can believe.
Is that why you're angry?
I'm not angry.
I don't know. You sound angry at ghosts.
I'm not angry at ghosts. I'm angry at people for being so stupidly gullible.
There's supposedly a hotel room in L.A. that's haunted that people book up a lot.
Hey, I call bullshit on that.
It's just absolute.
Waverly's one.
Let's go stay there.
Let's go do a broadcast. Why don't we go do a broadcast there?
Waverly is, I don't know, it used to be a tuberculosis and then insane asylum place. There are a lot of places.
I feel like you're
that.
insane shaming.
What's tuberculosis got to do with ghosts, bro?
And TB shaming.
A lot of people died.
Oh, okay. So a lot of people die, and then that's where the ghosts come from when a lot of people die?
I think ghosts come from a lot of people dying under especially emotional circumstances.
Because they don't go to the heavens?
Right. They might be lingering, or perhaps they're lost.
Fuck, man. Do you know how hard that is to believe? Do ya?
There are a lot of things that are hard to believe, but I think you just,
I know, but there's so much
an
blind
open
faith
mind
going on in
about
the world
it.
that I feel
Oh.
like you guys are just like delusional.
Not blind faith.
Yes, it's delusion.
Open-minded.
You delusionally think you see stuff.
Well, I
you
don't
think things touch you and you think things
I
move.
did see stuff when I was a kid.
Right, because
I
you're
did.
delusional.
No, but as a kid, I was
I
delusional.
thought I fucking saw Santa. I swear it.
Me too.
I fucking saw him and I ran into the kitchen and I saw him leave the kitchen and go down the corridor and I went to the corridor and he was gone.
Satan.
I thought it so much that maybe my mum got a guy to dress as Santa to be in the house.
The demon.
I looked out the window on Christmas Eve and saw a bunch of sparkles go across the sky. And I swore it was Santa's sleigh.
Right.
Yeah, I think my kid thought he saw Santa's sleigh too. It was fucking.
Okay, that's one thing.
It was a star.
That's one bullshit artist.
That's one thing that your parents have told you over and over and over and over again is true, and you've seen images of and all that. What about something that is not anything that anybody's ever told you is true, and that appears more than once and is seen by multiple people?
Well, if no one says it's true, then it's definitely true.
Multiple people. There's not one. We're not one. Not one person with any credit, any credibility has told me that.
Can I give you a hot take?
Who's a credible person that if they told you, Jason, no shit, I have seen an apparition. Who's that person that could tell you that and you'd be like, okay, then I accept it.
Tully.
I had a ghost experience when I was young.
Okay,
Fuck
there you
off,
go.
liar.
Oh, I did.
Boom! You believe now. You believe now.
No, let me
Jason.
hear it. Let me hear it.
I told you a million times. And look, if somebody wants to tell me, even at the times, people had theories for what it was that wasn't, a ghost.
How old were you?
I was probably like 12.
Oh, delusions. You're not even formed.
Kids are just
I'm talking
automatically have
now. I'm
hallucinations.
talking now. Look, he's the closest it ever got. Corey Taylor. I respect him. I believe him. And he told me that he was with his child walking downstairs and somebody pushed him down the stairs. And I thought maybe he's telling the truth. But then I thought, I listened to all these albums. He's so fucking angry and so scary and scared and full of creepy, ghouly things. He had a delusion. It's just like if you scientifically try to break it down, what are the odds that he thought that happened or that a demon nudged him down the stairs.
Okay,
but you're
so
a
Corey's-
creepy crawly guy, and so nothing's nudged you down the stairs or whatever. Why? I mean, you're a creepy guy. Maybe why haven't you seen a
I'm
ghost?
not that creepy. I feel like he's really into stuff and into the. I'm a jock, kind of. Really, like I look dark, but I don't like study any of the arts or. I mean, I don't read that much, so I don't. I'm pretty basic. I feel like I don't. Have I really researched into the arts of ghosts and whatnot? I just feel like the older I get, the less likely that is in my mind. I'm rationalizing that's next to impossible. I mean, I'm open to it, man. If it happens to me, I'll be the first to tell you because I don't believe it. But it's just all the scary things that have ever happened in my life, all the things where like, what was that? There's always a reason.
Why? When are we gonna film the ghost show where we all go investigate a ghost place?
Would you stay at the Cecil Hotel?
I don't even know what that is, but yes.
I'm looking
Sure.
at the list of suicides and odd deaths that took place there.
Yeah.
A lot of people checked in and ate poison.
This show would get so huge if we did a broadcast there and then slept there, 3 to a bed, and then all killed ourselves.
Yeah, that might be the only thing that's going to make it huge, so maybe that'll be it. 855-Ellis-41. We're talking to Brad. What's up, Brad? You have a point.
I really don't have a point. I just have a question. Back when you did the ayahuasca,
Yeah.
weren't you supposed to like see certain spirits?
Yeah.
Like
that which is a point. Yeah, no, I felt like I saw the spirit of my dog.
Right?
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, I don't know.
You
what
don't
to
believe
say.
in ghosts.
I don't believe in ghosts. Yeah, you're right, but I saw a spirit. Yep.
Isn't that the same? Like, isn't it the same thing, kinda? I'm not calling a rag
No,
against you.
no,
or
I know
something.
what you're doing. I'm agreeing with you. I just am trying to figure it out in my head at the same time as I agree with you, Brad. Thanks for the call. It's a really good point. I mean, I do think that there was something there. I just feel like the something there that I saw is not a thing that came across like something that pushes people downstairs or makes visions or appears or knocks things over or makes noises. This was like it wasn't the same. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a.
It was a pure spirit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what it seems. It seems like it's more like you carry these things with you, when you die.
It's occurring to me as we have this conversation, though, with apologies to anybody who's potentially offended by this, there's actually a lot more reason to have faith that ghosts are real than that religion is real.
Yeah, why?
Well, because
where's the point? Where's the thing to be more blind?
Well, because
where's the ghost?
Okay, like I had 2 experiences when I was young, and you could convince me that what I thought I experienced was wrong.
Yeah.
But there were noises in my presence that I'm like, there's a guy. I'm in the dark, and there's a guy 2 feet away from me. What the fuck is that? And there wasn't. Like I just heard a man sigh. I just did. Like maybe I was projecting. Maybe I was, but I am not aware of any religious person in my life who would ever claim that this one time this thing happened. That was a full-on miracle.
Completely disagree, dude.
Really?
I mean, there's religious people that say that they talk to Jesus on a regular basis, and he comes down and they've seen visions of him appear and talk. You realize there's.
Oh, I've not encountered those people.
I have an aunt who
that's really frequent, Michael. Like church-going people, I would say 15% of them have seen miracles.
No way.
My aunt was driving to
okay, then. You're probably right.
No.
I'm just
saying because
statement.
I went to religious school and church and shit growing up, and I never ran into anybody. I mean, maybe
I saw a guy
sections.
question Christopher Hitchens and say, "What if you're saying that that religion isn't real? Then how is it possible that I have seen the Lord and spoken to him?" And he said, "Look, I don't being mean or anything, but it's probably a delusion." And when I watched both of them talk about it, I mean, I get my angle. I just make more just easier to believe. Mate, look, man, fucking come on and appear.
Yeah.
Think I don't fucking want to be Knowing that my family's in a special place being hugged by fucking friendly people? You think I'm some fucking death murderer guy? Like, I love shit too, man.
Yeah.
It's just, I really have thought about it a lot. I've almost died a couple times. It seems pretty cold and lonely in there, man. And then it just goes. You know? You're free or gone or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if people are talking, you know, giving you stuff and houses and feet and shit. I'm pretty sure you don't have feet. I could be wrong. Fucking go for it.
You can't take
Fucking
your feet with you?
Leap, motherfuckers, leap. I don't care.
I'm taking my feet. My feet are awesome.
I hope you get your feet when you go to the magical place where you're running on the beach with the magical feet, motherfucker.
You keep up that talk, you're not going to be allowed to keep your feet, Jason.
You'll see your feet again someday, Will.
I hope I come back. I hope I come back as a race car.
Just like your dick.
No feet. Just wheels. And for some weird reason, every time they replace my tires, they're still my feet.
It's a beautiful dream.
Right?
Mm.
It's the rest of my life.
Speaking of the paranormal,
Yeah, look out.
Everyone is still really loving that joke on Facebook that they're all going to go storm Area 51.
Oh, yeah.
That is a hoot. Up to 1 million people think that is so hilarious that they have also lied and said that they will storm Area 51. I feel bad for the 1 or 2 guys who actually think some of those people are really coming.
When's it supposed to happen?
I think like September 20th.
That is, wow, they gave them so much time to hide the aliens.
Yeah.
How fucking stupid.
855 Ellis 41. Hello, Will. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, man.
Hey, I have a quick story. So I was 10 years old, and to try to shorten this up. So my dad was real sick, and my mom had told me they were separated. So she told me, she was like, yeah, you know, your dad's really sick. We're going to go see him in the hospital, and like tomorrow, whatever it was. And so I was in bed one night, and I had one of those old like twin mattresses that you could pull out from the other one. I don't know if you guys ever seen those, but
yeah, I slept on one of those.
It used to make a lot of noise. Yeah, it would like squeak and shit, you know. And so anyway, I was in bed, like getting ready for school, you know, the next morning, and I heard it like squeaking, and my uncle was like staying with us, so I thought he had like come home. So I like turned around, and there was nothing there. So I'm trying to go back to bed, and it kept doing it. Like the noise kept happening, and it was so much that the mattress had like flipped off, and it was like on the floor. And right at that, like I turned around and like jumped out of my bed, and right at that moment, my mom walked in to the room. And she was like, "What are you?" Like she looked around. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, I don't know. And she said, "Look, I got to tell you something." And she said, "Listen, your dad just died." And, like, she had just gotten a phone call. And I don't know, dude. I didn't see anything. That's the only, like, weird thing that's ever happened to me in my life. But it definitely fucking happened.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, first of all. But
yeah, well,
it's a lot of pressure on a 10-year-old, man. You know, that's a lot of stuff to compile inside your 10-year-old brain. Things can trigger things.
I hear you.
But, yeah, all I care about is sorry for your loss. But thanks for the story.
Yeah,
dude.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Later,
yeah, thanks.
Yeah, look, everybody has their thing. I'm not saying there's a right or a wrong. I'm just sharing my opinion. Like I said, I would really love it if they showed up. You know, I've been there's this place in Tangel where I had we used to go to the mountains a lot, and there was a big fire up there, and hundreds of people died in a fire up there. Sorry, I'm not laughing about their death. And it was well known that it was haunted. You know, there was a fire pit that they built or whatever that got smoked out, and everyone was, you know, it's a haunted place. And I would go there when I was a kid all night and walk around with torches and shit, you know, trying to scare the shit out of each other. You know, what was that? You know, I fucking heard stuff too. We were all running off. Was it a ghost or was it a rabbit? You know, come on. It's just in your mind. You feel like you ever been late at night by yourself in the dark and feel like somebody's watching you? You could swear somebody's watching you?
That's a spirit.
You're fucking paranoid. It's a human instinct. It's like, why if you make a loud noise, does a cat wake up and fucking sprint? Like, It's instinct. Why does an octopus change color near stuff? You've just got this instincts that you think you should be on your toes right now. It is dark. It's late. You can't see in front of you.
There's a spirit behind you.
Well, right. Supposedly that's just the holdover from when we're like cavemen. And in the dark, saber-toothed tigers and shit had a huge advantage. They're cats. They can see in the dark. We can't. So the best we evolved to be able to do was our spidey senses are fucking tingling at all time in the dark.
Yep.
And that's the theory. That
and you see stuff in the dark that isn't there.
Because
How
your
many
brain...
movies is there where you see the coat with the hat and it looks like a person and then the door opens and it's not?
Right.
Like, don't tell me that doesn't happen to every single one of the girl and boy in the world where you see the shadow and then the lights on and you're like, oh, fuck, you could have swore it was somebody.
The shadow of the tree branch moving in the wind and all that. And it's like
or it's a fucking floating guy that's telling you, look out, oh, it's good to see you again. Get out of my house.
Hey, lady, thanks for the
off.
ride.
Hey, lady, thanks for the ride. but that happens during the day too.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. You feel a presence behind you, and you're like, oh,
You're having a paranoid, delusional experience.
Hey, man, I'm
and
not
you're
calling
sensing
you
something that
delusional.
isn't there. I will agree with you. I am delusional, just not right now. David, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. So I'm a big skeptic. I've traveled the world and gone to all kinds of, spooky places on my travels if I got some free time. But what sparked it all was growing up when I was about 14. I grew up in a house that didn't have any AC in the summer months, and so we usually kept the windows open and tried to let it cool down in the evenings. And one night it was a pretty cool night, and we had shut all the windows. Everything was shut in the house. I have no siblings, no animals, just myself and my mom and dad. And there's a bathroom door right outside my room that I could see right from my bedroom to my bed. I watched the bathroom door close one night and make a click. It was a door that took a little bit of effort to make it close all the way.
Yeah, and the windows were open, you said, though.
No, we're not. Everything was sealed up. All the windows were shut. The house had cooled down in the evening, so we closed it up for the night because it was supposed to get down into the 40s, so it was unnecessary to have the windows open all night. So we closed everything up, and the door shut in the bathroom, and I just remember sitting there staring at it thinking, I didn't see my dad go in, and routine, usually I hear my dad take a piss and flush the toilet and go back to bed. And nobody got up, and nobody opened the door, and I slowly fell asleep. And I woke up the next morning, and the door was open, and I had asked my parents if they got up to go to the bathroom, and nobody had ever got up to go to the bathroom that night. And to this day is the closest experience I've had that has got the gears turning and made me wonder, because I had yet to have an explanation. And the first thing I did was get up and check all the windows the next morning, and everything was closed, and I have no idea to this day, but it definitely got the gears turning.
Yeah, could have been Patrick Swayze trying to make you a plate or a bowl or something.
Boom!
Yeah,
Proof!
it's clear a ghost came to your house and took a dump.
Yeah, there it is. Thank you, David.
Oh!
There you go, David. Saw a ghost shut a door. And there is your proof. 855 Ellis 41. We're talking to ghosts. Josh, welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's up?
So I'm a skeptic, but
But you saw a ghost, didn't you, Josh?
Well, I didn't see one, but so
you don't say.
When I worked third shift, my wife would call me all the time and tell me, "Hey, I think this place is haunted."
Did your wife talk like this? Honey, I'm right behind you.
So this bed we had was like it looked like a regular mattress, and it had a pillow top, but it had a water bladder.
Yeah.
And sleeping on it one night, I thought, well, I was laying there sleeping. It felt like there was a kid playing on the other side of the bed. And I rolled over and looked, and there was nothing. And so I just dismissed it because it wouldn't. I don't believe in that. But then one night she called me, and she's like, "Yeah, every time I try to lay down and go to sleep, I feel like there's somebody crawling around on the bed." And so I didn't tell her that I had the same experience as her. And so it kept happening. Our dog would just stare at the corner and growl. He would just stand there and stare. And she's like, "What is the dog doing?" I'm like, I don't know. He did that like 2 or 3 times. And then all this stuff that had happened in this place that we lived. When we moved, we had the same bed, we had the same dog. This stuff stopped. The dog didn't
Guys, I don't
stare in
like
the
this.
corner,
I'm starting to
didn't
get
growl.
very scared.
No, it might be a ghost cat.
Well, it could be anything.
What do you think it was?
I couldn't tell you. I know the guy that built the place. He lived in it, and
Guy by the name of Fez.
I think he died. I don't know if he died in that specific area, but yeah, it says.
All right, man. Well, so do you think you saw a ghost? Do you believe in ghosts now? Because the dog was barking at your bed?
No, the dog was just barking at the corner, but I didn't physically see anything. But numerous times I felt the presence of something, but could it be? I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm still skeptical, but everybody around me believes that we had some paranormal experience. But
So everybody that you told the story believes that you saw a ghost, except you, who was there for it.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Yeah.
friends who aren't dummies?
See you, Josh.
Yeah, they're probably
So fucked up. Give us a call. We'll make fun of how stupid you are. 855 Alice 41 because we
What
think
is-
we're so brilliant.
What does feeling the presence mean?
Yeah. You haven't felt it. That's your. It's
I
hard
guess
to
not.
explain.
You'll know when it happens.
When?
Who named Roger Rabbit? What?
Hey, Ellis, mate.
Yes.
Yeah, so a couple of years back, this is a ghost story for you, by the way.
Okay.
A couple of years back, I was hanging out with two friends of mine. One was passed out in my back seat of my car. The other one in the passenger seat with me. It's like 2 a.m. He's all kinds of fucked up. And we're just chilling out in the parking lot overlooking this big old empty field, right?
Yep.
And so he's just looking off in the distance telling a story. He stops
Wasted.
telling the story and just says, all right, well, what the fuck is that? And I look out into the field, and I see it, too. It was like some sort of big old shadowy figure. And
You're the worst.
it noticed us. I know. It noticed us. Mind you, this thing's at least a quarter mile away. And all we see is glowing eyes of sorts, and then it, like, teleports itself to in front of us, scared the shit out of us, and we peeled the fuck away and never went back.
Do you have the headlights on?
No.
You had no lights in your car?
No, no lights are on.
Okay, so it was 3/4 of a mile away, and yet you noticed it noticing you, which
With-
obviously was
with laser eyes.
Yeah, was more noticeable what he was
Well,
thinking.
it's just bright moon. It's like 2, 3 a.m. So it was just bright enough from the moon. There wasn't no clouds out neither.
That's
and
a
you could
perfect
kinda
time to see a
almost
demon.
like the
When he
horizon.
came right over to you, what did he look like?
Yeah.
It was just giant, shadowy figure. It didn't look like anything.
So you
just
didn't actually
shadow.
get a good look at it?
Yeah, could you make
Well,
out
it
its
was
face?
there.
From a quarter mile away, you saw a vision.
But there was still the eyes.
And you
Do you
guys
have a
were
mouth?
wasted at 3 in the morning.
Do you have a mouth?
No. No mouth. No mouth.
They have legs?
Do you have
no,
a dick?
Big old shadowy figure.
Big shadow.
Did you make the drugs you were taking, or did your buddy?
Yeah, that's. I mean, when it starts off, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Everybody in the car's hammered. How's that supposed to be real? You know. This guy saw a ghost last year. It's gonna be.
It is crazy, though, how... Wait, I'm going to do a Twitter poll. It's amazing how many people do have a story, though.
When the fuck is it gonna come and see me? Shit. Paul, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, love the show. Thanks for having me on. The most recent encounter that I've had was about a year ago. I was on a study abroad. There's about 10 of us, and we were just kind of walking in the city there. Obviously, it's a really old city. And we go into this abandoned building. It's like a historical landmark, and it's just us. There's no one else in there. It's dark. There's no electricity or anything hooked up to it. It's completely abandoned. And so the rest of the group kind of walks on ahead. There's 3 of us kind of hang behind. We're just curious, just looking around. And the whole thing's made of wood. There's an upstairs a balcony, and it's all made of wood. And we hear footsteps, the 3 of us, plain as day. And you know what footsteps on a wooden floor sounds like. And man, that just shook us. And you can look up there. There's no one there, and nothing there. And that was pretty much one of the most unexplainable things.
All right. Thank you, footsteps. Fucking everybody. It's always the same shit. You just do.
Yeah, the cock teases.
Yeah, what's that? It's like, you have any more power, you know? Maybe it's like that thing where, you can only flick like a penny.
Yeah.
Maybe they're really trying. But
I'll tell you about that ghost that kept jerking me off but would never let me finish.
Nah, that's not cool, man. that's when I draw the line. Go ahead, Will. Ghost story, 5,000.
No, it just it takes a tremendous amount of energy to move something if you're in the other dimension. But
is Jude coming still?
Yeah, I'm gonna go run and check on him.
All right.
That guy was talking about the shadowy figure or whatever. That's what I had, and I saw so many times growing up. Was you could tell it's 3-dimensional, but it was just like a just pure black shadow walking around in my room.
It's because it's olden times. It's like when it was in the black and white days. You thought, you believed in spirits. That's why people saw lightning and thought gods were coming.
No, wait.
Jason, welcome to the show. This guy agrees with this. This is going to be a good point. Go ahead, Jason. Welcome to the show.
All right. I don't know how ghosts are made, but why is there no modern ghosts? In a big city with gang members getting killed.
Right.
And,
Think about the ghosts.
Okay.
The latest ghost is from like the 70s where there was shit cameras and stuff. Now the ghosts don't stand a chance. We'd be able to see them and catch them.
No. So wait, was
now
this
all
guy's
you got
argument?
Is affliction guy showing you fake videos.
No,
was this guy's argument that there can't be ghosts because there's no hood ghosts?
No, there's no new ghosts.
No,
he said.
He said they're not wearing any new shit. But number one,
where's all the heroin addict ghosts?
Okay.
The heroin
Number
overdose ghosts.
Number one. What if
Thank you, Jason.
What if it takes a certain amount of time before you return as a ghost? That's number one.
Oh, God, just whip up any bullshit story to keep it going.
Well, also, how does that guy know? Because, like, ghosts aren't generally known to be like, ooh,
No, but
I died from heroin.
No, but when was the last time there was a haunted house with new people? It's only old people.
You don't know that.
Do people still like pump-up sneakers?
Yeah, nobody says that.
Where's the beef?
It's all weird olden time ones because it's only from olden time people that have got nothing better to do than whip up stories that they saw ghosts.
That's not true. I mean,
no new ghosts. No new ghosts.
Okay, the shadowy figure.
Let the dogs out.
How do you know? How do you know what era shadowy figure guy's from? He could be from the 1700s or he could be from yesterday.
1700. No,
That's a
nobody's
good
from
point.
now.
I've never seen a ghost in a Supreme shirt.
There you go. We have to
Okay.
take a break because we have a guest. Yes, or what should I do?
We can keep going. He's going to stop by in just a minute.
So I should keep going and
we
then
can take
keep
another
going when
call
he's
and
here and then just do a 2-hour show before we take a break?
If that's all right with you.
Okay, that's
it works.
Okay. I mean, if he's not here yet, we could take a break and then we could come back with him. You don't think that would be a
He
fucking
was
good
just
idea?
finishing a photo and then coming
He
by.
is? Okay.
Can we have a quick word with Jennifer on line 9?
Hey, Jennifer, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. You have a story involving ghosts.
Yes, I do.
You claim...
So many years ago, yes, I was scared out of my wits, man, sitting in my apartment, and there was a rapist in the area. My doors didn't lock properly. I was freaking right out. And I looked in the corner of the room, and I saw this older man standing there. He's wearing a plaid shirt, and I calmed right down, and I went to bed. And a year after that, I ended up moving back to my hometown, and I was scared again. I don't remember what was happening, but I saw him again, and it calmed me down. And I told my mother about it.
See what I'm saying, Will?
She said it was her great-grandfather. And, you know, my fiance, Darcy, just laughs about this shit, right? Because he's like, bullshit. So he ended up getting me a dog because every time I'm alone in the house, I feel like there's somebody in there. Well, now the dog just frickin' looks up at the stairs and she starts barking. And I'm like, you're supposed to tell me there's nothing there.
Are you
You win this time, Jason.
Are you getting a little emotional about this story? Jennifer?
No, I'm not.
You're not. I feel like you're reliving it a little bit. You know. So are you worried that your uncle's going to do something to you?
No.
So why would you see a ghost or a man with a? Why would you see a man in your bedroom with the door locked and feel relaxed about it?
I have no idea to this day how that made me calm.
Because it's the brawny man. Nobody could be afraid of that guy. He just wants to help you
Are
dry
you worried
shit.
you're going to spill a drink at night or something?
Man.
Yeah.
Well, considering, people have dreams. I've had dreams where I can't wake up and it feels like there's people walking around me.
Yes. Sounds like
and
that
I
would
see
happen.
dark figures.
All right.
Well,
you see dark
people
figures
that
in your
have-
dreams.
Yeah, well, people that have sleep paralysis, that's
Right.
what they see.
You have that. And you see the brawny man as well. This is entirely acceptable.
Sounds like a case of the ghoulies.
Clearly in my head.
Yes, it is clearly in your head.
I'm glad you got to the bottom of this,
Clearly.
Jennifer.
Thank you for the call, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Bye. We have a guest yet? All right, I can go.
The guest. This is like the boss seat where they can sit above people and feel superior and shit.
What happened?
This is like you give them a tall seat.
I didn't do that. I don't know
someone
what's going
jacks
on
the seats up
I was
every
about-
day.
They change the shit in here.
Someone else sits in here.
I think so.
I bet
yeah.
you whoever sits, he's probably like the fucking host. Like he's probably like they're the asshole. This is the extra tall seat, like trying to dominate people. Y'all talking about ghosts?
Yeah. People are calling in saying that they saw ghosts, but they didn't really see a ghost.
I didn't see a ghost, but I had fucking a 20-minute long sleep paralysis the other night, which felt like it was the creepiest shit ever, dude. It was just like my whole fucking life was on loop. I couldn't fucking get up and then it'd go back to the beginning, and it was like for 20 times.
Did you do any drugs?
No, and that was the crazy shit.
Yeah,
I
that
was
is the
fucking
crazy
sober.
part about that story.
I was like the glasses of pink, man. Don't that shit doesn't the pink like brighten your fucking attitude?
Yes.
Thank you, bro.
Why don't people believe me when I say that?
There's literally a saying where you're looking at the world through rose-colored glasses.
That's right.
And I swear to God, like whenever I'm doing like tripping on acid or some shit, I put on the rose-colored glasses because them shits just makes everything nicer.
It always brings a smile to my face.
Straight up, dog.
Don't know how,
Cats
but
y'all cats don't know. You think like we on some fucking weird shit with the pink, but it's fucking hard.
Yeah, you don't realize is pink makes you happy.
It fucking does.
Yeah, and then all the people that fight pink because they don't want to look gay, well, guess what? Now you walk around all angry and straight.
And I heard back in the day, someone might want to Google this and check and see that, but like back like in late 1800s, 1900s, actually the colors for boys was pink.
That's right.
And
I'll believe you immediately. Fuck Google.
And they switched
That's
it up.
right. And straight people fuck dudes. They don't tell you that.
That was in Greece.
If you didn't, you weren't cool,
That
man.
was in Greece, yeah.
You had to.
Yeah. What do you think they were doing with Grease Lightning?
Yeah.
With all that leftover lube.
That's what they called it.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, you saw a
for
ghost?
the 10-year-olds.
Hey, yeah, I kind of have a two-part story. So,
make it fast.
My brother and sister-in-law had bought this house as a piece of property that was like 100 years old, and I went in there to help them do some renovations. And I was in the dining room on a ladder, hanging a light, and my brother-in-law was in the room when I had started. Well, I had been up on the ladder for a few minutes, and I hadn't realized he had walked out. And at some point, I needed a set of pliers, so I turned around and said, "Hey, Joel, can you grab me a set of pliers?" And there was a guy standing there with dark hair. I mean, I was looking down on a person. I turned back around, and he never handed me the pliers. So I turn around, and I'm like, "Joel," and there's nobody there. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I start yelling for him, like, "Joel," and nobody's answering me. So I come down off the ladder, I go in the backyard, and he's out there doing yard work. I'm like, "Were you not just in the dining room?"
I'm
glad. Like, no, I've been out here for a while.
Hey, I call bullshit on that.
There it is. Where's the other part of the story?
Hold on.
Well, yeah, punchline.
So this is like a month later now.
Okay.
They're having a barbecue at the house. House is renovated, and my parents are in town, and I'm with my wife. So four of us walk up to the front door of this house, and we knock on the door, and it's one of those door handles where if you turn it on the inside, you can see the handle turn on the outside.
Yep.
So we knock on the door, and we literally watch the door handle turn, and the door opens. And we walk in, and there's nobody there, and my sister-in-law comes walking out of the kitchen. She's like, "Oh, okay, I guess, yeah, just let yourselves in." We're like, we didn't let ourselves in. And she's like, well, I didn't let you in. And all four of us, my parents included, watched that door handle turn and the door open directly in front of us.
That's wild.
Ghosts.
So,
Two ghosts.
Same.
One ghost that didn't want to give you a wrench, and another ghost that helped you into your sister's house.
Sounds like your ghosts are very helpful.
Thank you,
Shitty
Tom.
handyman, hell of a butler.
Is he really that helpful? He asked for the pliers, and he didn't
give it to him.
Oh, that's true. He didn't open the door.
Isn't it interesting, Jude? The point that I was making earlier, my Twitter poll, by the way, is exactly 2-1 between people who say they have never encountered a ghost and people who truly believe that they have. So fully a third of people who have, 55 people have voted so far, think that they have. Isn't it interesting that I think most rational people call bullshit, but it's not like 3% of people who feel like they've had a ghost encounter. It's a lot of people, and I'm one of them.
They're all group mentality ghosts. Like, all the stories are the same. They just don't see it.
Here was I think my ex. I felt like my ex was
delusional.
No, she was living in Detroit, and they back in the day they have like these 4-story apartments, but they were like real shitty. So like some of the floors would be just empty. So like she was like in a 4-story apartment, and only one apartment was being used. It was hers. The rest were all fucked up.
Okay.
And she had a dog that would run around and chase shit for no reason. There was one corner of her house that was cold at all times. She had bailed and left me at the crib, and the fucking doorbell would ring, and I'm looking outside. There's no one there, and the doorbell would keep ringing.
Yeah.
And then she had to move out, and she was moving in with me. And what those the light shit? Well, a light fixture fell off and crashed on my head just out of fucking nowhere.
It hit you in the head.
Yeah, it broke on my fucking head, and I'm like, damn, your fucking place is... The doorbell shit fucked me up. The dog stuff and everything else, the cold corner, all that shit's kind of... It'd be hot as hell, and the one corner would be fucking cold. And, like, all that shit was crazy. And then when she went to my... Then she went to my house and started being there, and I would... We had a computer in the basement, and I would jerk off in the basement.
Yeah.
And then it felt like somebody was behind me watching me jerk off.
That's hot.
And depending on how horny I was, I would either like catch a quick nut and leave, or just be like, fuck it. Like, there's a ghost watching me, and I'm finna catch it.
So all joking aside, nobody can prove anything. Do you feel like all in all that adds up to yes, you feel like you've had an experience with a ghost, or no?
I feel like yes. And the thing is this, it's like, look, man, like there's a lot of shit I can't see. Back a long ass time ago, like you couldn't prove that there were atoms and shit, and that doesn't mean that they weren't there, or protons. So like, hey, if someone says they saw a ghost and it sounds believable, then maybe the fuck they saw it. And like I'll take it one step further. Like,
do it.
If a motherfucker, like, if there was like a house on sale, but like 3 people got murdered in that bitch, I'm not buying that motherfucker. And if you don't believe in ghosts or weird energy, you would just buy it. Be like, whatever. Like,
I would buy it.
Wash the walls.
Yeah, I would buy it.
Yeah. But you're fucking. But
I wouldn't. Don't look at me like that. Maybe my wife might be like that, but not me.
You're not. You don't give a fuck.
I do not want to live in a fucking Manson house or a house where it was owned by a murder. I'm not into that at all. But if it's a nice house and I like it, I don't give a fuck because I know that there's no ghost that's gonna haunt me. That's impossible.
But what do you do with the fact that the specifics of my story are different, but all in all, it's very similar to your experience. So all in all, I have to say I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe I had a ghost experience. I think that's pretty much your answer too, Jude. Kevin, anything?
I don't.
Okay,
no.
So that's 2 out of 4 people in this room.
Yeah.
How much smoke do you need?
So it's 50-50.
How much smoke do you need for there to be for you to assume that there's some fire?
And the other thing too is like, what do you do with it? You know what I mean? It's like
nothing. What can you do?
Like I try, like, you know, you can burn sage, but that's all like fucking like.
I burn sage in the house all day.
So you
maybe that's why I don't see ghosts.
Yeah, so you can burn sage. So you do believe in energy. You believe like
it smells good.
Okay, all right. Or you believe
my wife has sage some places because she has night terrors, which she thinks are ghost experiences.
But Jason, you just said you felt the spirit when you were on the ayahuasca.
Yeah.
So that's some sort of energy or something, right?
But sometimes that can come from internal or
That's
external.
That's what I feel like is the one that makes the most sense. I don't know. Maybe I'll do more ayahuasca and get back to you. But right now, I just felt like it was me that was, this inner thing that I felt with a connection with people that I really love.
And there's that shit where like there's the whole fucking the theory with multiple dimensions. So perhaps like other shit is going on around
That's
me
where
that I can't
Sasquatches
feel.
live.
Yeah, glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
So yeah,
This
there you
lady, I'm sorry, this man, Rob, you put your hand through a ghost.
Oh, you fisted him.
Hello, Rob.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good. You're saying
Good,
you
hey.
touched a ghost.
I touched a ghost. Yeah, I was dating this girl, and the date was over. Went back to my place, and I'm laying in bed, and I felt like something was looking at me. Right, so I opened up my eyes, and about 12 inches from my face, there was a head, and then shoulders, and it kind of flowed out. And I took my hand, and I went through the face, and then I got scared. I closed my eyes, opened back up, and the ghost was gone. Right, so the next night, I go to pick this girl up. And she said she couldn't sleep that night because she said, I was thinking of my grandmother. She had passed 3 months prior to when we were dating. And she goes, and I just thought it'd be really cool if you could have met her. And I'm like,
met her?
"You have
I
a picture
fisted
of
her.
The same face that I saw the night before in my bed looking at me.
There it is.
Yo, that's wait. So you recognized her face and you saw a picture of her and it was her face.
And it was out of a photo album, and I've never seen this.
So you said it was like a
before, but
black
yeah.
shape. You didn't even see the face.
No, I
said there was a head and shoulders. This girl was black.
I saw the face. I saw the expression on the face, and the shoulders. They kind of went out, and then they kind of just flowed out. But that face was looking at me the night before.
You fucked my granddaughter.
All right. Thanks, Dave. There it
That's
is.
pretty much, maybe that's what it was.
There you go. He
But-
saw it.
I've had the fucking sleep paralysis too, where there's like the dark thing in your room.
Yeah, what's up with that?
But I feel like that's coming from my brain.
Yes.
Totally,
less than a ghost.
That's a medical thing.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
my biggest fear is sleep paralysis. I would hate that.
That shit
So what-
sucks when you get it.
Yeah, like what happens? Like I mean, context clues I understand,
Well,
but
this week for me, I fell asleep with the lights on. Like I was like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and listen to some music, and I fell asleep with the lights on, and I could see the whole room, and I was like, oh, I need to get up, and I couldn't get up, and then
can you move anything?
it was weird. It was like I was paralyzed, and was like, fuck, let me get up, and then it almost like the thought went back. It just kept reversed. Like everything kept looping. Like I just looped and looped and looped, and I couldn't get up and couldn't get up.
And people usually see dark figures when that happens.
A lot of times you'll see a dark figure. That's common for sleep paralysis.
There's like
See?
there's like
Why?
the
That's so
there's the
weird.
scary.
Because your mind is fucking with you.
There's even like the scary lady. What is the name for it?
That's the old hag.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's
Yeah,
like
the
a consistent thing that people.
Yeah.
See?
But it's happened for
Proof.
No, it's
Your
happened.
mind gets weird and you see your fucking shadow people and you get held down.
Yeah,
no,
mine
no,
was
no.
like a
Bullshit.
tall black,
Yeah.
black figure.
The night hag.
It's tall
I just
and
Googled
black
it.
with
Yeah.
bad credit.
Elijah, welcome to the show. Here's a point.
Yeah, I got a question for you guys. If there's no legitimate reason to believe in the paranormal, why do the people in charge of building never build a 13th floor?
Yeah, well, here's my argument to that is the reason people won't build a 13th floor, even though it is the 13th floor and you change the number, is because you're superstitious, paranoid fucking retards. Sorry,
Yeah.
petards that make up shit and see ghosts.
Yeah.
Because there is no fucking unlucky floor. We're on it, you fucking idiot.
Do you believe that though?
Bullshit.
Well, my question is, do you believe that if you put energy into something that you can make it good or bad?
Yeah.
Like if you put negative energy into it, so like
Actual energy, though, not... You mean put in work or just stare at it or think about it?
yeah, think
'Cause
like
I don't
bad
think-
shit, and then 13. Like to me, I don't like. To me, 13 is not a bad number to me, and I actually like it because no one else wants it. I'm like, I'll take 13.
I don't know why, but when my brother died and they gave me the ashes,
Yeah.
the box had 13 written on it.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fucking punk as fuck, dude. That's like gnarly, dude. That's metal.
So our last studio was on the
13th.
quote-unquote 14th floor. I think it's because when push comes to shove, people don't want to rent that. Like, nobody really believes in it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as, like, walking under a ladder or shit like that. Nobody really believes in it, but nobody really wants to test it either. And I
Because
think
your body is
you know what-
instinctively paranoid. It wants to make up
Yeah,
things.
I think you're right.
Why
I think
is
you're right.
13 unlucky? I know why.
Not.
Walking under a ladder is because you're breaking up the Holy Trinity. The ladder makes a triangle, and you walk through it, and it's breaking up the Holy Trinity.
Superstitious.
That's the superstition.
Might have been a good. It's like all these little rules that they have in certain books. Maybe there was a good idea back then, but come on. I mean, maybe walking under ladders is not that great of an idea because maybe somebody will drop something on the ladder on your head. But if you think that you go under a ladder or the mirror breaks, that your life has been altered in a bad way, you're fucking delusional.
Well, and if a lot of superstitions too are actually kind of to your point, it's practical. Like it's bad luck.
Yeah.
It's bad luck to put your hat on a bed. Back in the day, hats were kind of expensive and shit, and everyone wore them. And so if you put the hat on the bed, you might sit on the motherfucker. It's bad luck to put your bag down on the ground.
I feel like certain religions say don't eat certain meats because I feel like there was a time there where that meat had more chance of getting you sick and killing you.
There's no doubt about it. And also, people just used
the
to have
Jews and the Muslims with the shrimp and the pork.
Yeah, it's human nature to want to understand things. We fear things that we don't understand.
Yeah.
We live in a world that has lots and lots of information, but that's a very recent development. When people like didn't know why they were getting sick and dying and shit like that, it's pretty easy to see why you'd start clinging to the hope that you could figure it out by throwing salt over your shoulder or whatever. You were just doing the best.
Yeah, and you've heard about the antique mirror thing, right? Like the stories about people, they buy a mirror at an antique shop, and then it breaks, and there's a mirror beneath the mirror that broke, and then they have like weird supernatural shit.
Damn. I got a mirror.
Goosebumps?
I got a mirror in my crib. I got a mirror in my crib that seems haunted than a motherfucker, but I just pretend like it's not.
Why? What makes you think it's haunted?
It's one of those double mirrors, and it's got pictures under it, and it's like kind of halfway there and halfway not, and it looks creepy as fuck. And that's kind of why I bought it. But then I was like, why am I bringing this into the crib? This shit is fucking wild as fuck.
We want to know where 13th unlucky 13 came from. Craig knows. Go ahead, Craig.
Yeah, the unlucky 13 and Friday the 13th came from when the Pope ordered the execution of all the Templar Knights. And they arrested them and then tortured them to death and made them confess. And that's where the 13 came from.
I love learning that shit, dude.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if everyone agrees that's one possible
Oh,
explanation.
Craig knows. Fuck Google. No,
I saw Andrew also pulled up a thing about at the Last Supper, Jesus had 13 disciples, and Judas was the one who betrayed him. And
he was the 13th one that sat down, and he was the one that betrayed him. Yeah.
I'm on Oh yeah, 13 Judas. But like everyone's like all mad at fucking Judas, but if it wasn't for him, like there wouldn't be Christianity.
It's
'cause
true.
Then Christ couldn't die for your sins. So Judas is kind of the G. You
quite
needed
literally
him.
a necessary evil.
Yeah, he was the one that you needed. All those other guys were just kind of like useless. I mean, Peter and all them, they helped spread it, but like you needed Judas.
And Pete was great.
All due respect to all the disciples. Of
Shout out
course.
to Pete.
A lot of great
Pete
work.
for life, bitch.
Yeah. I'm a Paul man.
Yeah.
More of a Bob guy myself, but hey.
Good old Bob.
I don't talk about Bob a lot, but trust me, Bob was there.
I rep Jude.
That's real.
Nobody wanted Jude because he sounded too much like Judas.
Oh, you were there.
Yeah, Jude was one of them. It was Jesus' cousin.
So when you've had the sleep paralysis thing, you've seen the shadowy figure and just wrote it off as you didn't think it was significant to anything?
It fucked me up, but then you just are like, man, that's just in my brain. You know what I mean? But like, yo, there's darkness in my there's some weird shit in my brain. You know what I mean? Like that's just what that is.
Here we go. Wolf Knife Surf Beaner, welcome to the show. You've seen ghosts all the time, right?
Nah, dog. See, because I've been sick ass tagging since the early '90s, and I fell off a bridge. And also, I'm a good Catholic boy, so that's the thing. Is I fell off a bridge and I was paralyzed for 21 days. I was in a coma for 21 days. But like all these chicks that I knew from church got me visiting, even girls I hadn't ran into in like 6-7 years, got me visiting them like cooling out, like, ooh, you know, and they looked me up, and, you know, when I woke up, my mom was like, man, all these chicks came and visited you, you know, so I was a ghost, dog, and 13, man, that's just Mexican shit, boy, we 13, but, nah, I was a ghost, man, I visited all these people.
Pretty sure it's bigger than Mexican.
When I was when I was in a coma, you know, I was almost dead, but people said that I hadn't seen in years. Said they saw me come to them in their dreams and be like, "Hey, what's up, doggy?" And they came visit me in the hospital. You know, shit, man, I'm at Alice Mania's. I'm at Fondue House, so I'm alive and kicking.
Glad you made it, Surf Peanuts. I'm glad to have you here on the planet with us.
Hey,
thank you.
Hey, Alice. One thing is,
yeah.
God, this show. Bad talk sharks like a motherfucker. Man, I love sharks are dope as fuck. Dolphins, I've had 3 broken ribs, taken out gallbladder because of piece of shit dolphins. You guys be bad mouthing sharks all the fucking time, dog.
Wait, I bad mouth sharks?
Hey,
dolphins.
I love sharks. I love sharks. I'm a huge shark supporter. What the fuck are you talking about?
Sharks won't rape you.
You got it twisted, Surf Beaner. I'm always talking. I might say, look, if I'm in the water and a shark attacks me, I'm gonna fucking kill it. I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna fight. Guess what? Anybody fucking tries to kill me, I'm gonna kill it. That's what the fuck it. That's what I'm here to do. Fight back. But I love sharks. I want people to leave sharks alone. I'm against shark fin soup. The fuck are you talking about?
Hey, Kevin Kraft, we're going to have a private signing VIP experience at Comic-Con.
How the hell did he just go from get off my phone?
He's got.
How the hell did he just go, I attack sharks, leave him alone, and then, Kevin, let's go to Comic. Who was next for the next question?
I didn't like
get an answer.
I didn't like the story that much, so I started thinking of something else, and and my homie there was Detroit once again. It was a booming town, and then everybody left, so they had this Ramada, and like only 6 floors you could get rooms in.
Oh, and the others were empty.
The others they rented out to people, and it was like the creepiest shit ever. And I didn't know, and I was like, man, it's creepy in this bitch. And then my homie told me that it was a popular place where gay people lived back in the day.
Yeah.
And
safe environment for them to all homo out.
They were dying of AIDS in there. They would die by themselves in the room and like not be found, and like there was just mad cats just dying of AIDS in the early 80s.
So it was pretty ghetto, but drug paraphernalia and whatnot.
Totally. Yeah, it was like
people heard stuff. Saw stuff.
AIDS ghost? Is that where we're going with this?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, Will.
I'm sorry, Will,
but AIDS ghost.
A lot of dead homosexuals from the AIDS.
You got to do AIDS ghost.
You can have your specters. You can have your demons. You can have your shadow figures. Don't want any of them. The one I love the most, AIDS ghost.
I think it could have been a catchier song. I felt like you hated that.
I feel like sometimes he does them in such a way as to make sure that we never replay them.
Right? That's what that was, huh? You're against AIDS ghost, I can tell.
You guys, you know what? What familiarity breeds contempt. I'm not used to that shit, and that was fucking awesome to me. You probably heard all this other stuff, so you got something to judge it from. AIDS Ghost is pretty fucking good to me.
Okay. AIDS Ghost is a hit then. I didn't realize. I thought maybe, because usually...
I thought he was just going to start with AIDS Ghost, but he was starting giving you options and shit.
Oh, he always does that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right. All right, my bad.
He kind of gave up. I can tell he's against saying the words AIDS and ghost. But when you think about it, you're the guy that's saying ghosts are real, and if you do die from the virus, I mean, it's hard to these days, but it did a long time ago, not so long ago. So there's other things. You could be Jim, the AIDS ghost.
Yeah.
Well, that also...
who loves racquetball, but that still doesn't take away the fact that you are a ghost that died of AIDS.
that
So
goes into what that guy was
I
talking.
don't feel like that's discriminating. I don't feel like I'm bashing anybody here.
Yeah,
by,
we're not shitting on anybody with AIDS. It just happened. That just happened to happen.
Well,
Yeah.
that's like that guy who was like, how come, there's all these shootings and killings in the hood? Where are all those ghosts?
Could be a hood ghost. And is that racist to say a hood ghost? I mean, if he died in the hood and he's from the hood and he's a ghost, sure, he could be Trevor from the hood and he's a ghost who loves racquetball, but it's still those two things apply. And I don't feel like I'm being discriminative. I mean, you could be a Texas guy that died in Texas, and you could be the Longhorn ghost.
Yeah, the Texas
Does
Toast
that
Ghost.
yeah.
Texas Toast Ghost.
Man, Texas Toast Ghost. Come on. You're not feeling
Is it the ghost thing that's bothering
Yeah,
you?
is it, you don't like singing about ghosts? You
How
think you
about,
get haunted?
How about hemophiliac vampire?
No? No hemophiliac. I can't even say it. It's going to be a tough song.
I can't sing it.
Yeah, no, it's tough.
Yo,
It's a pretty funny concept if you think
Will,
about it.
No.
Will, you're from the swamp. Like,
Yeah.
isn't there like creepy shit like?
No, he totally
living
believes
the
in
swamp
ghosts.
and shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, if you think you sing
Like-
AIDS Ghost, do you get haunted?
No.
Well, then why don't you do it?
Do you want to sing Swamp Zombie?
I saw shit when I was a kid. I did not have sleep paralysis.
Swamp Zombie.
Because believe me, I was up on my feet when I
Man,
saw
that's
that
not a
shit.
bad movie, dude.
Yeah,
Swamp
Will's
Zombie?
on the record with the shadow people thing.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, but we just proved that that's just like a thing that's in your brain.
No, it's
No,
not.
he said it's not sleep paralysis.
No,
But everybody else says science
No,
says it
sleep
is.
paralysis is a certain medical condition. That's different.
Andrew, think you could rap about
During sleep
an AIDS
paralysis,
ghost?
you can't move.
Swamp hemophiliac.
The classic hip hop, the freestyle beat too.
AIDS ghost. It'll come and roast your blood because it's got AIDS. And then it's the HIV. You're not going to live in much longer. Once AIDS ghost visits you at night, it'll be a big fright. Whip out your cock and show him the light.
I'm feeling it.
AIDS ghost. Make your toast with eggs. Over easy. Sleazy AIDS ghost. Got AIDS. From not wrapping up its dick. And putting it on a clit.
Yeah, I like that shit. AIDS goes.
Andrew, I guess I'm more into hip hop than punk rock because I felt like that was a better rendition. No disrespect to AP. Oh man, that's joy. Right? That was fun.
It's almost worth AIDS being around for those songs.
It's fun to joke, you know?
The crazy shit is like AIDS is so fucking.
Oh, I saw a commercial last night.
Yeah.
Wow, for
AIDS.
the PrEP that is, the stuff. Fucking
Yeah, that was
no, it wasn't for
Yeah,
AIDS.
the PrEP pill.
Fucking Tully. No, but it was a commercial for the PrEP and it showed guys and girls. Katie kind of said it was a bit discriminative because it showed a woman and it was a black woman.
Right.
No white woman was involved in having AIDS, but it showed that there was this pill that you would take that would help you. It would help defend you from contracting the virus. And it wasn't. It was a commercial. It seemed like they were
statistically
trying to give it to everybody, but mainly gay. But they were like, "Hey, if you're a woman, you could take this and and then you wouldn't get HIV from any of your sexual partners." I'm like, "Wow, that is on TV.
That's where we're living.
That's where we're living. Everybody can get it now, and you can know that you're slightly safer than you would have been."
That was a
lot safer, actually.
I ate out a hooker and then my mouth started bleeding and I called up my AIDS homie and I was like, "Bro, I'm fucked up. Like I'm bleeding. I'm afraid I got AIDS or some shit." And he's like, "Just take that pill." And I took the PrEP pill.
There's a morning after pill that you can take now that if you think you might have contracted something that
You take it for 30 days.
That's right.
And the ill shit is like since AIDS takes a minute to kick in, you can just keep fucking too. Like you don't got to worry about like spreading AIDS while you're fighting AIDS. Like
But
if
you
you
are-
That
you're
that
not-
is a plus.
yeah, like
Yeah,
if
you
you
gotta
when
think
you
about
take the
those.
gonorrhea shit, you can't fuck for like 7 days.
Right,
Like
'cause you can still give somebody gonorrhea, but no,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you do the AIDS pill, you
yeah,
just,
bro, I was like prep pills, still fucking.
Yeah.
Like it was awesome.
You just knew that you weren't giving anybody AIDS.
Yeah, no need whatsoever to hit the pause button and reflect on your actions in the
No.
slightest.
No,
No, I mean, you ate a girl's pussy out and made your mouth bleed instantly.
I'm fine.
Take that pill straight back in there.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was her blood or mine. I was like, oh,
What do you
maybe I was just like
mean, dude?
flossing too hard or some shit.
But how could you floss and eat? Oh, this is tough.
No,
for
like
Will,
I
I think, but
I came home and spit blood into the sink and started freaking out.
that's not her.
And
That's some fast acting AIDS.
But you don't get if you get AIDS, you don't spit blood right after you get it. You had something. You had a gum issue.
It was like either open wound from her or open wound from
What do you,
me.
but wait, you
And
had
I
it
was
in your
afraid.
mouth from it was in your mouth an hour later.
Well, I didn't drive an hour.
How long
prostitute
ago
tuberculosis?
before you spat blood out of your mouth
She
before
was-
you left her vagina with
She
your
was
mouth?
East Hollywood. I'm Los Feliz. That's fucking a
20 minutes.
5-minute drive.
Okay, 5 minutes and you still had blood in your mouth from her.
I didn't know. So
you don't think that's weird?
Well, even if it was like an open wound in my mouth, then I was like, shit. Could that like leak up into a wound?
If you
in
had
my
an
mouth?
open wound in your mouth and you had oral sex with somebody who had the virus, you can definitely contract it.
Yeah,
Because I know
so
somebody that got that.
No shit.
I
yeah.
know somebody that had a root canal and blew somebody with the virus and contracted it.
Like this area over here used to be like it was a pretty gay area, and I remember.
Are you pointing out the window or to the green room?
Just Will mainly.
Like
I think
Will.
he was pointing at
Like
Andrew.
Will and Bennett mainly.
Well, yeah.
There's a ton of cross dressers in this area.
Yeah.
Like early in the morning.
Not nearly as many as there used to be.
Oh no,
in
there
the-
was
in the heyday.
there was tranny hobo camp like fucking.
It's not really. It's more of a. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like there's a little bit of a. There's a lot of creepy straight guys that want to do guys dressed as girls more than they want to do just the guy. So a lot of homeless people will start wearing girl stuff in late at night and in the morning because they'll get guys to pull over and they'll get money from them. So they're not actually trans. I don't want to take anything away from anybody.
They're cross-dressed.
They're dressing to be prostitutes.
I got approached yesterday.
To
Here?
have sex with.
Yeah.
Somebody offered you money.
No,
Want to make a few bucks, kid?
offered me the chance to offer them money for sex.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
There was before I got,
Hey, pretty lady, want to give me money?
hey, you sexy
Some
thing.
dude pulls over in a Porsche convertible. Hey, sweet thing.
Hey, Meryl Streep, you want to suck this dick?
You want to earn $500 real quick? Come over here.
This person had very, very long stubble
Oh.
and was not very
AKA
convincing.
Is it a lady or a guy?
It was a lady trying. Oh, I thought they thought you
Was
was
it a
the
lady
chick.
or a man?
I
Shouldn't be too difficult around here. They don't hide it very well.
It was yeah. It was.
I don't know if it
Blatantly
was a
obvious.
cross dresser or just a trans person in the earliest of stages.
Right, so it's a
Right.
dude. You're trying to be PC. I get it, but yeah, if it's on these streets, don't disrespect everybody. You ain't from these streets, trust me.
Oh, 100%.
A lot of them are just guys
That
that
person was born with
found a one piece and they're walking down Sunset
just
with it
don't.
on. And other creepy dudes will fucking pull them over at night.
Yeah, there was no
and
question
give
in
them
my
money.
mind that person was born with a penis between their legs.
I was working over here. I was working 2 blocks from here before there was Target and all that shit, and it was. This was the transsexual strip.
Yeah,
like,
it
this
still
was-
is.
This, yeah.
Have you ever
but
been
it
to the
was-
Target over there?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That was actually I'm one of the people working there was like a 40-year-old trans.
That was
And-
like the first mainstream trans person I ever saw
Yeah.
in my life. It was just a Target employee.
and like
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
I
going
know.
bald and shit.
Yeah.
And like I was inspired by her and dressed up as her for Halloween one time.
She's very nice.
You're
I
gonna
like
burn
her.
in hell.
Hard luck tranny, I call myself.
You know, your biggest fan, Thomas Hayden Church, is listening. He's happy that you're back on the show. He loves your shit, yo.
TAC. What up, though? I'm seeing all your billboards and I'm gonna watch your show.
Oh,
I'm looking
yeah,
forward to it.
dude. You're on Sunset destroying it, right?
Yeah,
Every
just
time I leave the
fucking
house, it's like,
crushing.
look at my giant ass head.
Yeah, but I'm gonna wait for the whole thing.
It's
and
in
then
proportion with your
binge.
buddy. Don't worry about
And
it.
then binge watch it. That's the jam. I love just sitting and binging that shit.
His show.
Divorce is a good show to binge.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna.
That was my plan, but then
is it
I
all
watched.
over,
I
or-
watched episode 1. No. I think
okay.
I think it's 3 episodes into the 6-episode season.
Oh,
so I
word.
think it's halfway through.
Okay, bet. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I got a month to wait to just sit down and fucking binge it. I love
That show's
I love-
awesome.
Yeah, I love binging that shit.
Mm-hmm. That's
It's
awesome.
fucking awesome. Yeah, that's the best thing that happened with that streaming shit ever. Yeah. Anyway, but this is how I knew that fucking like they got a handle on AIDS, because I was working over there and like, you know, they got the ads on the bus and they're like, "Is your AIDS medication making you bloated?
Right.
Take this
Oh,
shit."
whoa.
I'm like,
That's pretty casual.
I was like, "Damn, dog! Like they're worried about bloat now. Like, like they're not even worried about dying. They're just worried about like looking kind of chubby in their fucking 2-piece or whatever the fuck they're wearing." I'm like, damn, son.
All the gay boys, they're always, they say they're undetectable, and everybody says it's tough for me to go with. But I haven't Googled it or anything, but they say that if you say you're undetectable, which means you have it, but you're undetectable because you're on the stuff, then it's in theory. I've been told by people that it's more you're better off hooking up with them guys than the guys that are
probably so,
because that are not on prep or you know and are just winging it.
Right.
Than somebody that is on. It's like he can't give it to you.
Well, I got homies that are like together. One's got AIDS, the other one doesn't,
And they don't contract it to each other. Yeah, I know
he
that
just,
too.
He's like he just eats prep every day. It's gonna fuck his liver up down the road.
See,
but,
they're
like,
saying
he's
there's a
just like,
new
fuck
one
it.
as well. I had a guy on Ellis Tronic's podcast when it still existed. I got a guy from Grindr to come on the show and talk to me about his life and what he does and all that.
Yeah.
Total normal person, and said that he had been on a new one that the government had given him for free, a trial one that was supposed to be less pain, like bad damaging for your kidney or your liver or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. Well, happy. Sounds cool that they do that for you.
Yeah, that's fucking cool shit, man. Like the crazy shit. I feel like I was 77, and like if you was born like 70s, man, just everybody was fucking, and that shit was like awesome. And then as soon as like I'm turned 10, like the age shit came, and it just scared the shit out of everybody. Fucking like it I felt like people would have got more. Like you talk to these kids now, like they're fucking raw. Like they're not even thinking about AIDS. Like we were like afraid to sit on a fucking toilet seat back in the day, like because you didn't know how to get it.
Well, statistically, apparently the youth are not fucking as much. That's what they say.
But they're fucking raw more. I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd take your word for it. I mean, I feel like there is less of a fear about it. Yeah, you're right. I feel like anybody that is as old as we are that had unprotected sex the next day,
dog, you're fucking like thinking about life and what your
I mean, man, they had it on the news. They had like a snippet of it on the news. Just, hey, if you fucking die, you know, they didn't get into detail about it. It took many years of meeting other people to be like, you know, that it's contagious through this, and this, not this and this. It was just
Remember
at one point it was like if you're standing next to magic, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, there was a kid. I think his name was like Ryan. He got the blood transfusion.
Ryan White.
Yeah, remember that shit? Like that guy was like fucking. This dude out here in America got a fucking blood transfusion and got AIDS at like 12 or some shit, and it was just like he was fucking like every health class were like check him out. You're like fuck, dude.
Can I tell you something? I went to grammar school with a kid who I won't say his last name, but coincidentally his name was even Ryan, and he was transferred into our school, which was this tiny little Catholic school, and it was sort of unusual. If a kid got transferred in and didn't start, it was usually because they weren't doing too well in the general population.
Yeah,
it was like a really bad kid or something like that.
Right.
In this case, this kid was a hemophiliac, and I do know that he passed away a few years after he was in school with us, and I don't know, but I've always suspected he was right in that age
in that
range.
time.
Yeah.
Damn, shit's wild, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend that he lost his partner. He's an older guy, older than me, and he's from the era where if you got it, you died.
Yeah.
And he lost his partner and his love of his life. Never settled down with another guy, and that's it.
How did he not get
now
it?
he walks around. I don't know. He doesn't
Butt
know.
fucking?
Said he doesn't. He said no. You're saying how did he not get it from his partner?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you, Jude.
Because you can get it from butt fucking.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, shit.
You can
Oh, I
actually
didn't
get
know
it from vaginal sex too, and blowjobs. You know that?
That's why that shit.
Like if there's a cut, if there's cuts, then you can get it.
That's just why it's going so fucking hard in Africa and shit. Cause motherfuckers, they uncut, and it's easier to transmit if you're uncut. And
oh yeah.
Cause you can get small tears in your foreskin.
Oh, okay. So there's just more stuff to have cuts on.
Yep.
Okay.
Like if you're cut, which I am. I wish I wasn't, but my penis is like it's a indestructible fortress for AIDS.
Okay. Well, I'm happy that's
no way it's getting in there.
Okay.
So you have foreskin envy?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I feel like there's like nerves and shit that I don't get to
I
have.
have one and I can feel it. So I feel like cutting it off was pretty crazy.
Yeah, like in it. There's a
totally. It's me.
There's a post picture. There's a picture of me post fucking right after they cut my shit.
What?
Yeah, and I got the little fucking.
They took a photo of you after they cut your foreskin off.
Yeah.
Bet you were fucking happy in that photo.
Bro, I'm pissed, son.
Right?
I'm
Dude's holding up like a bloody cigar cutter and smiling.
I'm like, for real, dog? Yeah.
The doctor's holding it up like a fisherman just caught a fish.
Oh man.
I think the Jewish motherfuckers like they do some shit with the spit on their mouth on the
They
dick.
used to. They changed the law in New York a couple of years ago, but you used to be allowed to bite it off.
Oh,
I think that was
son.
always a very, very extreme sect of Judaism.
Right,
but yes,
right.
that did go on, and some terrible shit happened as a result
Like some
of it.
cat had herpes before,
Yes,
and like
yes.
giving babies herpes.
Yep, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Bummer.
It's a crazy world, man. People do crazy things.
I didn't mean to darken it up. You want to talk about ghosts?
Well,
again?
Hot Dog got herpes because his grandma kissed him, so things happen.
That's how I got fucking herpes, because of my fucking auntie, man.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that?
There's no auntie prep.
Yeah, that's
None. How come they don't have herpes prep yet?
That would be a game changer.
I guess herpes prep is the herpes medicine.
That's the shit. I go to some
If
Indian.
you take it, you don't have herpes.
I go to some Indian website and get fucking Valtrex.
Oh yeah, you don't get normal Valtrex?
The doctors, when you're asking for Valtrex, they act like they're giving out diamonds or some shit. Like, and they'll give you
Really?
they'll give you like 4. I'm like,
Man, I don't get that. I just get the whole bottle.
damn,
Like, dude, I got mad herpes. What's
Yeah.
that gonna do for me? I'll
Maybe
use that
I-
on the way home.
Maybe I got so much herpes they just give me. They're like, God damn, here's a whole bottle.
damn, they're like they're making it rain, making it rain.
They give me
Valtrex
they give me
on
like
you and
herpes
shit.
shampoo and shit.
I live in East Hollywood. That shit'll be done by the time I get to Thai Town.
I got herpes pants just to like keep it away from me.
I had to get my shit from India because my doctors are fucking assholes.
What the
yeah.
fuck, man? I
Yeah.
would be pissed if they tried to get stingy on the herpes pill.
I keep my shit on
I'm
deck.
like, man, you need to
So-
keep that shit flowing. I can't afford that.
What would
Who
happen
is
if
that?
She is on the Hits One afternoon
She's
show.
a pop star.
She's a very nice lady.
So yeah, she just said hello to us like we know her. I don't know you.
Who was it?
It was Simon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
why everybody knows her except me. Sounds right. Fuck, I'm social as hell, man.
She's on the
like a butterfly.
She's on the. I forgot the name of the channel, but it's like they do all the pop talk.
Yeah, Hits
like,
One.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hits One.
Yeah,
She's
there's
on
in Hollywood.
there's the
her,
producer going by
afternoon
there.
show.
I know him.
Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
Pick the wrong
Rather
one to
know
know.
her. Yeah. Fucked up on that one.
I know the dumpy guy with the beard. I don't know the fucking hot Jewish chick, but that.
right?
Yeah,
Makes sense.
we talk blues records.
Yeah,
It's
no, we
great.
talk rock. It's cool. You like rock? Yeah, me too.
You ever need to
Right on.
know where to get a cheesesteak? That's
Yeah.
your guy.
Yeah.
Hail Satan.
I mean, anywhere.
Yeah. She doesn't know shit about cheesesteaks. So I picked the right guy.
Yeah, that was so
That's what I'm looking
accurate.
for, man. I need beef and cheese. I need it now.
Extra whiz, son.
Straight up.
Man, that whiz is not cool.
No.
Booze on Virgil, not bad for out here.
What?
Boo for cheesesteak. Just saying.
Boo?
Booze.
Oh, it's a place that
Yeah.
makes cheesesteaks?
Yeah.
And it's called Booze.
Booze.
Do you get drinks there as well?
I always get it delivered. So
You get Postmate booze?
yeah.
Ooh.
Grubhub.
I never
Grubhub
even
booze.
heard of this shit. Booze, huh?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. They won't. You're West Side. They won't drive you. You're too far.
Oh, that's how it is.
Yeah.
I fucking don't. I'm in the snobby part where I don't get Booze, beef.
You get ago.
What's ago? Man, I
That
feel like you could help me out. I bet you my wife knows about all this stupid shit.
It's a fucking.
She doesn't have gluten or fun or anything, so
It's
she's
the
never got any good ideas about where's a good place to get a bunch of gluten and cheese. You know,
Yeah,
because she doesn't eat it.
She don't eat gluten or cheese.
No, or sugar.
The girl I'm seeing won't eat gluten either.
Who wasn't?
The girl I'm seeing a woman.
Can't or won't?
She's got celiac, so I'm like fucking.
Have she proved it?
Man,
I didn't ask
you
her
know
for
what, dude?
papers,
Like,
but,
my
like, I
wife
took her word for
has
it.
a gluten intolerance.
Yes, I know that she
and
does.
you just keep saying that it's a fake thing.
No, that's not true. That is not true.
It
I've
seems
never
like
said
you're
that.
saying that it's.
It may
it's a
seem that
made-up
way,
thing.
but that's not true.
Will, Andrew, does it seem like he says that from time to time?
It seems like perhaps he's being somewhat of an asshole.
I just feel like because I know I'm like sometimes I go, come on, just. How bad could it be? Just have a little bit.
No, I would never say that. You're the monster. I just think that 80% of the people who claim that they have a sensitivity to gluten are making it up, and then there's other people who actually think that there's just some health benefits to it, which haven't really been demonstrated.
They blame,
no,
they blame the wheat now. They're like, it's because the wheat's grown in
if
a
you give me
new
an
way.
ancient grain, it's fine, but the GMOs and Halliburton, and it's the same thing as like emotional support animals. There's people who really need that shit. There's no way around it. It's the exact same thing. That's
agree
why,
with
if
you.
honestly, seriously, this is me being an asshole. If I was in a relationship with somebody I was going to be in for the rest of my life, and they were like, "Oh, I can't have it," I would kind of secretly want them to get the reaction one time, just so I would know that they weren't one of the bullshitters.
So you wait until she falls asleep, and then you sprinkle like gluten flakes
Okay,
on
well,
her head.
see, that's how I know because
Couple of breadcrumbs?
because she's fucked up before and had it.
Yeah.
And
What happens?
And,
You get like hives and
she gets the for the first couple of years I wouldn't know because she gets the shits, but she wouldn't tell me because she knows I don't want to know about anybody that poos.
gluten gives you the shits.
It fucks her up. Like if you put a little bit in it, she's like, I mean. I don't know how long it goes for because she won't. She's like, look, I had the shits for 3 days. I don't want to fucking know that. Like, if you had the shits, she's got to go to the bathroom a lot. I'm like, okay, that's enough. I need to know. I got it.
When I was out here, like, busting at the goddamn Korean spot, and it was like it was, I don't know, like 8 or 9 years ago, like right when the fucking gluten shit was like really popping.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, no gluten. But they all had soy sauce. I'm like, that's fucking gluten, you fucking.
You got to get gluten-free soy sauce. You got to
dumbass.
ask for that. Trust me, dude. I'm in a relationship where I'm that guy everywhere I go eat. Everywhere I have to tell them. Well, I don't. She does. But do you have gluten-free this? Do you have gluten-free that? And it's depending on where you go. You get the what Tully thinks.
There's a way to
like
be-
she's full of shit. She's just making it up, and I'm like, man, don't spit in my food. Man, I'll have bread if it makes you feel any better.
Yeah, those people give the real sufferers a bad name. There's no way around it.
I agree with you. It's like there's a small percentage, and then there's all these other fake people, and they just they ruin it for people that actually are really going through a fucking thing.
People like Kevin, who I believe really need ADHD medication, that has a stigma attached to it because of people who think that they need it who don't really need it. There's tons of examples of that.
Yeah.
My kid had a wheat allergy when he was born. A lot of babies do. He outgrew it when he was like a year or so. But
They do it with milk. You gotta drink goat's milk and shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
It's terrible. That's why I know it's not real. It's not fake because I know she likes the stuff that I like and she can't have it. I'm like, man, not even one time. You won't just have some cake because she every time if I ever get chocolate cake, she smells it.
Who's
because that's as close as she can get to it.
Who's the homie that was friends with the show? We're actually friends, but I'm just fucking dumb right now. And she used to host the tattoo. She used to host
Jamie Foxx.
So I go on a date with Jamie Foxx.
You did not.
I did go on a fucking date with Jamie Foxx.
Wow.
And I said this shit out on the air, and me and Jamie talked about it. So it's not like I'm shitting on her behind her back. This is like, and shout out to Jamie for listening. Fucking DM me, but you're looking good. But like. We go out on a fucking date, and we go to an Italian place. Fuck, I didn't know. She didn't tell me ahead of time that she ran that waiter back and forth to have a discussion with the chef about what's. I'm
worst person I've ever been to dinner with in my life.
I said, you know what doesn't have gluten? Fucking lettuce. Get a goddamn salad if it's gonna be like just get a fucking salad, dude. Like quit running the goddamn.
We had a falling out over a dinner. I had dinner with her and my wife, and we're in an Italian restaurant.
Same deal.
In point where the like out in the middle of nowhere
Like
where
Point
buggies
Dome
are
or
and
some
shit
shit,
somewhere. Like it's a shit restaurant. It was like a pizzeria almost.
Right.
And we got a bottle of wine, and when he brought the glasses out, she said, "Oh, excuse me, can I get mine in an actual red wine glass?" And they were wine glasses, and I didn't know, but she was explaining to me and the waiter that red wine comes in a bigger glass, yeah.
So you can get more of the bouquet.
She just ordered one
of the reuniti.
but she just ordered one, and then she had it in front of me and Katie while we had the normal glasses, and I bit my lip, and then we drank a little bit, went back to the room, and I was like, no, who the fuck orders a fucking? And I did a little bit of a. She was like, "Come on, I'm really bad." I'm like, bro, it was a bit of a hissy.
Meanwhile, like somewhere in
it's my
Italy,
fault.
there's like a bunch of old dudes just drinking fucking wine out
Out
of
of a
just
teacup.
out of goddamn jars and shit. They're chilling. Like,
I will
whatever.
go with Sebastian Buck that the carafe thing that you pour it into, decanter.
It aerates
You should
it.
decanter your wine if
Yeah.
you're going to drink it. It fucking tastes way better. But once it's been decanted, just put it in the cup.
Well, a lot of
No,
shit.
you're
Yeah,
right.
sure,
Yeah,
it's better
yeah.
like that, and
Yeah,
it's better in
you're
a big
right.
glass. But
Yeah.
but when in Rome, if you're in someone's
That's
place
all.
and they give you
Yeah.
the shit you don't want, you just fucking say thank
That's
you
all.
and drink it anyway.
I felt bad for the restaurant
be
guy. I was like,
fucking
oh,
gracious.
Man, he wasn't trying to be mean. He was.
I
She's a nice lady, though.
I
You're right.
cussed out some girl the other day because she like I
the
offered her.
nicest way possible, I'm sure.
No, I was super, Jason, I was cool for like 2 hours. I gave her
Oh, wow.
Coke. She's criticizing it before she tried.
Coca-Cola?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure. Yeah,
okay,
play
yeah.
the Coca-Cola. Where is this from? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't step on it. I had to drive far away to get it, and it came in a brick when I got it. So fucking like enjoy it, dude. Like, or don't.
Great advice.
And then I gave her a fuck, and then I gave her some shit to go just on GP because it was a friend of mine, and she just kept fucking. Just not being gracious, man. Like, just be a gracious person. And then at the end of the night, it went really bad.
You're like, you know what? I've just about had enough.
That's what I said. I said, I've had about enough of you.
That's all. That's what you said.
I've had enough of these shenanigans, and I'm leaving.
That's exactly word for word.
I've had it with this phooey.
These shenanigans.
If there's one thing I will not suffer, it's a Coke snob.
I remember I was doing the girlfriend experience and shit. Like, it was like my jam. Like, I'd get chicks off of Instagram and fly them down and like have the girlfriend experience. And I had a chick. She wanted Coke, so I went and grabbed her some, and she criticized it the whole time. And she was like super annoying. And so like I finally just called up my my porn homie and was like, will you come just have a threesome with us so I don't have to fucking talk to her as much?
Yeah, and how's that work out?
I gave her like a bunch of ecstasy, and it was still fucking not even that much fun.
But
And
you did have a threesome with you and your porn friend.
Yeah.
Because you felt like you would have to talk to her less?
Yes.
What about his dick?
It was a girl.
Oh, fucking. Well,
Yeah.
good for you, dude.
And
Living your best life.
Here's the other thing. Real talk is like, I prefer a threesome with me and a dude and a girl, but like all my homies I used to do that with are married, and I just don't want to I don't want to see any of I don't need to see none of my homies' dicks now.
Friends'
you know what
dicks
I mean?
are different.
You know what I mean?
You gotta have a chat with Will on your way out. He'll hook you up.
No, I might be doing something with Catherwood in the near future. It's a bit weird. Like I'm gonna do something, and he's gonna be there to pee on somebody. And
Oh,
I'm
that's
like, I'm okay with that as long as you're okay with that. But
it's that.
I'm like, you know, man, trust me, I ain't looking at you,
Right.
And I mean, and quite frankly, I would hope you would do the same, and just do the bit that you came to do while I do my bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. If
I
it's
have
gonna
never
pan out or
seen
not.
any of my friends' dicks. Like in the context of this radio show, I've seen dicks that's just come up. But like
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day. Is that weird or
Were you-
not?
you
No,
were-
I don't think it's weird. I think it's normal.
I wasn't in sports and I saw dicks, but you
I
were
was
not-
in tons
you-
of sports. I
and
swear
y'all
to God.
never like showered or no shit like that.
The shower in my high school, we used to go in there and smoke cigarettes. It, like literally, I don't know if the water worked.
Right.
It never came up one time
Stinky
that wait
guys.
a second, why aren't we showering? I know that's like this big cliche. It's just we didn't do it.
Yeah, in
Yeah, me
America, I was always shown by movies in America that you guys totally get naked
I
and shower
know.
with each other.
I know. I didn't even
They
think
don't
of
do
it.
that in Australia.
They would try to make me shower, but I hadn't gone through puberty yet. So like I had a toddler dick, and I was like,
that's when they called him Nude Jude.
I'd be in the corner. I'd be in the
Get these
corner
balls.
changing with a fucking like a long T-shirt on and shit,
wow,
trying to fucking so people couldn't see.
Yeah, if you're my friend
tiny
and we go to
pee-pee.
the gym together, I go to another locker. Like I don't stand next to you and dick wang it out next to you.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know why, but I don't.
Totally. And maybe I need to make some friends where I wouldn't mind seeing their dicks so I can fucking do some threesomes.
I know it's a little bit weird because I'm half a homo, but I mean, you and I are kind of on a close tip. Like, I'll bang your fucking porn star friends for sure, but I get it. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, maybe, Jay. Yeah.
We might know each other too well. I don't know.
Will's
Depends on who
Will
it is, you know?
Will is a swinging
I hooked up with
single.
an elf lady the other day. Would have been cool. She got
Whoa.
elf ears.
That's fucking gangster.
That's pretty cool. You could have been there for that.
I was just talking on,
We could do a fucking show. You
I
realize
did
that?
like
You are
two
terrible.
girls yesterday. But
Yeah.
like separately. You one
Yes.
at 4, one at 9.
Yes.
And I was
That's
trying to
enough
get,
time.
Yeah, I was trying to get the other one early to
come back and join the gang.
Yeah, do the fuck like let's
do it.
toss it up. And she was like, maybe next time.
Right. She did just get worked over earlier, and you never know.
I sent
Sometimes
her a
they
picture of the butt, and she was like, okay, maybe I'll do that.
Right. Oh, you're on the right track. That sounds like it's a half-done deal.
Yeah, baby steps.
Yep, I see it.
But even that shit, like, I don't know what to do with 2 girls.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm like, oh,
How about fuck them?
That's
yeah, but
usually
then
what I
do
do, Michael. Good move.
What do you do with the other one while like?
What do you mean? What do you do with the other one?
Fuck her next.
You put her. No,
What
you
do you
don't.
just-
No, I never do. I never fuck somebody and then fuck her next. The other one's getting it too. You gotta have them in spots where you're doing both.
Yeah, did you ever see a prog
okay.
rock keyboard player?
That's I saw Paul McCartney's keyboard player. He's doing all those fucking things. Like that shit looks hard
It's
as
kinda-
fucking
it-
hell.
I feel like that's when the best of me comes out.
You
'Cause
know
I
what-
feel like I've been challenged.
To
And
do-
I have to win. They have to
Yeah.
get off before I do. So
That's
if
what-
it's
yeah.
2, then I have to do a bunch of, you know.
The only way I do it is like the cuck shit. I would.
What's that? Oh, watch this. Watch me do this and stuff.
I'd make her sit in the corner and watch me fucking.
Yeah, I've
another
done
girl
that.
or
The
some
talking
shit.
thing, it can go a long way. You know, you can
Yeah.
say stuff to the other one while the other thing's happening. There's a lot of things you can do. You mix it up a lot.
Like the girl I'm seeing now is like cool. She's open to that type of shit. So
That's all you need.
yeah, there you go. Bam.
Somebody that's invested in experimenting with you, and then you got yourself a great team, and you can
That's what you need.
flourish.
Dude, man.
Andrew, you have a question. You need some pointers.
No, I'm good. I'm
How to
just
flourish?
taking notes right now.
Right.
I want to just shout out my homie Chris Ryan who wrote Sex at Dawn.
Yeah.
It's it was a pretty popular book about fucking like how we're not naturally meant to be in fucking monogamous relationships.
I agree.
And he breaks it down with science, and like I feel like after I didn't even know about the book, and like after that book dropped, you just seeing way more like people experimenting in that world.
Yeah, I do. I actually hear a lot about that lately. There's a guy that Katie was interested in for a while that was strictly that. That's his thing. He only has these relationships with people where it's not ever going to be a one-on-one thing.
He likes
So
to
it's-
be like he's the opposite. He's like a man unicorn.
Sure, if you want to. I don't know. I wouldn't have called him that, but I guess he wants to, have relationships with girls, but not just that girl.
Okay,
But he's still your boyfriend.
Right.
But he's also some other girls' boyfriends.
Huh.
So he's a polygamist.
Yeah. He's into like some polygamy thing.
He's one of them Mormons.
Which didn't work. I guess it didn't
Yeah,
really
it's called
work out.
being a Mormon.
Because she was like, I don't want to have I don't want to be anybody else's girlfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, like you can break me off a piece, and that's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
That's kind of where we are. We're not. Myself and Katie are not like as I don't know what you would call it, advances Aubrey and all those other people. It's a little bit.
I would prefer, like, I would feel more comfortable with my girl just, like, going to fuck a dude than to be, like, spooning and talking about fucking emotions and shit.
No, I
like,
caught some emojis with some love hearts on it, and I was like,
Yeah,
I
like,
don't
no,
like that.
we shutting that
You
down.
don't fucking
like,
know her
no,
like
no,
that,
no,
dude.
no.
Yeah. It made me not want to use emojis anymore.
Lick her asshole, bro.
Yeah,
but, like,
that's,
none of
that's
that
what
fucking
she was
emoji
yes,
shit.
that's why I'm sending her there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got to know me. It goes a long way that you know me, too. If you hide from me, then I'm like,
That's
I don't like
suspect.
that.
That's suspect as hell. You're like, yeah.
It's a fine line with me. I'm the worst. I don't think it's fair at all. I'm working on therapy.
What do you think? What is your problem?
Ego. You know what I mean? I don't like anybody. What he's younger. He's what? Has he got hair? Is he? You know, like I don't know. Could he have a bigger dick? Did you get your bigger orgasm? I don't know. And it spin off into a fake reality that isn't there, and torture myself over and over again.
Oh, I haven't seen your dick, but you got like a.
I'm
big
not. I'm
dick,
just saying
so-
that you make
Yeah,
make
yeah.
up irrational shit to
Right,
make my
right.
day bad. When I'm like, this is your life. You want to live like this. You need to let her do that as well.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's you know, and it's also different. A guy goes in things, and girls get things in them. And I understand that you need to have more of a connection with the man than I need to with the girl. But actually, I feel like these days I have changed a little bit. I feel like I'm less into just the do it thing. I'm
Right.
more into. I would like to like somebody and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
who they are, and then I'm like, hey, if you want to hook up, that'd be cool. That would be my ultimate one. Would be to have a couple of people that I know that I love their company, love
Right,
hanging
right.
out with them, and every now and then, sure, we do some stuff too.
That sounds cool. Yep, straight up. You know, I used to have I had something similar to you, Jason, and I was like, you know what's awesome about my dick? It's connected to me.
That goes a long way too.
It's just like it's just self-love. Like, yo, dude, this is I can bring me to the fucking table. Like
That's what I.
there's
yep.
only one Jason, bro.
That's right.
Like
Jesus
so-
don't make no junk. No, fuck me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll remember that, Michael. The next time I whip it out.
Just don't make no junk.
See how that goes. We've talked for 2.5 hours. I know I have to take a break.
Gotta take two, basically.
We'll be back, and then we'll be back.
Faction Talk. SiriusXM 103.
The Jason Ellis Show.
What are you doing? Are you getting an award or something? What are you,
No,
the
I'm-
champion of the world, or are you giving away an award? What
Oh
is
no,
this?
no! I'm here to promote a comedy night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, are
yeah,
you
I'm
gonna
actually
do
here
comedy?
to. I'm here to promote something
Fuck.
for the first time
You're
ever.
such a sellout.
I know.
Comedy.
Always, yeah.
The Jason Ellis Show.
There is going to be a new 007.
Yeah.
And according to multiple media outlets in the UK, it will be a popcorn dropping moment.
Because it's a lady, right?
Yes. A lady of color.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Selma Hayek.
Mm-mm.
It's she was in Captain Marvel.
That's not promising.
But it's not Captain Marvel.
No, the other girl from Captain Marvel.
Lashana Lynch? Lashana? I don't know how to say her name.
Is that Wonder Woman?
No, that's
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot, yeah.
I'd like to see them all have sex with each other.
That would be cool. That'd be cool.
Is that bad of
007.
me? And Wonder Woman fucked? Is that like a thing that could happen? I mean, they both fight crime. Maybe they got horny after they fought crime together.
I
That'll
don't
do
think
that.
it's possible, but that would be cool.
Wait, because they're from 2 different universes.
Ah, fuck.
That and they would just never make that movie.
You not true. But no, what are you talking about? They
What
could
about
make-
if Wonder Woman just came upon James Bond? Wait, how's her name's James? Is the name?
Well,
They're changing the name?
Well, no, you see.
Oh, it's just 007?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what you did. Fucking stupid. Why? Just make another one. Don't have to. What are you doing? He's James Bond. He's a James Bond. Okay, you know what? Because all the other times I was told that it was just one James Bond. There was only one 007, and every time it was a new 007, he was pretending he was the old 007.
Yeah.
I didn't know that when they died, there was a new one, and they just kept calling him James Bond 007. Because if that's the case, then okay.
Because there have been,
wait, so you're
in the
telling me
Bond
that-
movies, there have been other 00 agents.
Yes, there have. And there's
But
only
James-
one 007, and it's James Bond.
So are we led to believe that there's just a series of individual guys who all happen to be
change his-
named James Bond,
Or
who
when
all
you-
got to be 007?
Or when you get that good, your name is now changed to James Bond 007.
So if this girl does a
Your
good
name
job,
is-
does her name get to be James Bond too?
Yes. No, she has to be James Bond. And nobody has to blink at all. It's just James Bond. Yes, you are James Bond.
Isn't it
007.
kind of like insulting or a little pandering to do that? Like if you have an idea for a cool spy thriller with a chick as the lead, why don't you make it a new property?
That's what I'm saying.
It sounds like here you can have the old white man's hand-me-down. That sounds like
That's all they fucking do, dude. I was just talking about this shit on my show, and people are a bit sensitive about it.
In what way?
Yeah,
I said I was like, they're doing Little Mermaid, and they're doing her black, and it's like whatever, dude. Like I don't give a fuck. It seems pandering though, and it's just
just ridiculous because Jesus isn't a white guy with blue eyes. Why don't you change that before you change James Bond?
Well, the thing, I don't even.
idiot.
A lot of people, Jesus. I don't even know if she's cute. Like she's cute, and
Whoa,
but
she looks like a cartoon character.
it's Halle Berry's kid.
Oh,
Is
really?
it?
She
Mhm.
looks like she could live under the sea.
no, it's,
Right?
she's Holly Bailey.
It's not.
Oh,
She just has a name similar to Holly Berry.
Oh damn, she's like bootleg Halle Berry. Anyway, so I was like, I was just saying, I'm like, look, man,
I'm glad he said that.
I was like, man, like I find it, like I said, like what you said.
This is my daughter, Hurley.
She lives under DC.
She's cute, dude. Anyway,
She's a little bit of a Brandy thing. The eyes are
our far set apart.
distant. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was
Uriah
just,
Faber's, both eyes of Uriah Faber's could be in between her eyes.
Powerful peripherals.
You're not just thinking out behind her.
yeah, but
Michael.
like, why not just like make? You said like just make some dope shit for like a black person that hasn't already been made. But
I know. Why don't you make that cool? Like the Black Panther is the Black Panther. It can't be. You know, what about if they changed that guy to the White Panther and he was still?
Oh yeah, they yeah. That's, but my whole point, I didn't get, and everybody's freaking out
Who's
at
that
me.
guy with the comedy show that you were watching? The Mexican guy? You were saying in the beginning of the show that you were watching a comedy show.
Yeah.
Make him the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so not a white guy, just a Mexican Panther. Yeah, not as
a
harsh.
gay Mexican Panther.
So I was
Gay. Is he
so
gay?
He has to be, right? He was
Okay.
gay. He was gay on Broad City. I assume that was he was playing a version
Okay,
of
I
himself.
didn't. Okay.
So my whole joke was like, all right, they made a black chick, the Little Mermaid, but like, if you're gonna do that, like, to make a black chick the Little Mermaid, like, have you been to a black person pool party?
Wait, are you gonna say that they don't have them?
They don't swim. They
No.
just all be around the pool, like,
It's true.
be like two
Sometimes.
motherfuckers in that bitch. I'm like, yo, dude, like, have her be fucking Sleeping Beauty or
I just feel like
fucking-
I get the angle where you wanted to have.
Like, you're gonna have
You want to have black people, let black kids have little. Like, why does it have to be a white girl? Why can't it be a little black girl? That makes sense. But like you said, why not make? Because you don't want to have a black girl and a little white girl argue about what Ariel is. Why don't you just have a new person?
Yeah, it feels
who's also a badass and lives in DC.
Thank you.
And has a black daddy that you mean like why can't?
It feels condescending. I picture like
does.
a room full of white like executives
They're like,
being like,
"What
oh, what
can
kind
we
of
do?
table scraps can we throw them?
What
Like,
can we do?"
Use your fucking imagination and create something new that like people can just claim as their
She's
own.
not that cool
It sounds
anyway.
really weird to do it.
Well, I would.
Go ahead.
I would
make it.
definitely smash her.
Which one?
Both.
The cartoon.
I know, right?
Both.
Ariel's of age, right?
I just googled it. She's 19.
I'm out.
Wait, Hurley Burberu or
Yeah, Hurley Burbly Burb.
Wait, Hurley Burbly is only 19?
Yeah.
Well, she's great, though. She's a great actress, and I'm happy for her. Hope she makes lots of money.
Yeah,
And she will.
It's whatever.
Good for her.
And the funny thing was like nobody was really that upset about it. Like maybe like some extreme, and then they tried to make like this big deal about it. Like, oh, everyone's mad that fucking. I'm like, nah, I don't give a fuck. It's just like pandering. It's like whatever, dude.
Yes, it is a little pandering, and who cares? That's what everyone really thinks, right?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, I'm not
really-
gonna go home and be like,
that's it. I'm burning my James Bond
yeah.
DVDs. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, it's pandering.
Yeah.
You and the thing is this, it's like these motherfuckers are afraid to lose their jobs, so they don't come up with anything original. They just fucking redo things, and then they're like, we'll put a fucking twist on it, and it's like this is the woke version or the more accepting version.
I've said it. Pierce Brosnan is a worse James Bond than this lady, for sure.
but then again, there were rumors that Idris
I
Elba,
don't like him either.
Hurley Burber,
Huh?
I don't like Pierce Brosnan either.
He has penis arms. How the fuck is that defending anybody?
there were rumors for a while that Idris Elba was going to be
I thought
James Bond,
yeah.
and I thought that was actually kind of cool. So
Yeah,
I'm talking
I agree.
about both sides of my ass here.
Didn't he
was
bow
like,
out
yeah.
because of the haters, or he didn't want to be a part
No,
of the
I don't think he was
trolls?
actually in contention for it.
Oh.
They were like,
That was just like internet hopes.
they're like, this is cool, but it's not woke enough. How can we fucking? They're like black
I
woman.
like that
James
dude.
Bond.
Yeah, he's awesome. I would.
Idris
He did
and
some racing shit with Ken Block the other day,
and he's British.
Yeah.
which makes him cool.
No, it
Well,
makes
I
him
mean,
slick.
James
That-
Bond is British.
Yeah.
Oh,
Seems like
yeah.
James Bond ought to be a British guy.
Yeah, wait, she's
That's-
not British?
I don't know. Is she?
I think she is, but
Okay.
like all this doesn't matter because Idris Elba is joining the Fast and Furious franchise, and that's really the modern day James Bond.
That's that.
To you, it is.
That's
Oh man.
But in actual fact, it's the new
I think
Hulk.
I think Idris Elba gets called like Black Superman in this movie because he's awesome.
Speaking of which, The Rock, I believe, had said in the wake of the 007 announcement that he wants to play Black Superman.
Okay, sure. Like whatever, man. What? Or just come up with a fucking like. Hey,
I know.
What about Blade? That motherfucker was
Way
the
better.
Shit. Like
Blade
was
kicked the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, it's like fucking come.
Why do you have to be somebody? It's from the fucking 30s or something. You're
Yep.
trying to. You know, why doesn't somebody be Mickey Mouse? Who cares about old fuckers?
And they're
Make new cool people. Yeah, man, Blade was badass. That might be the last one.
And people be all they're like, how come this shit was all white? I'm like, well, the country was 85% white for a really super long time.
Yeah.
So like,
And
you just,
super duper racist.
So
Not anymore though, Michael.
but like
Times.
I mean, it's still people. I think people are still. There's always going to be tribalism.
I'm with you on the new here. Why not? With all the creative, all the geniuses, all the
just fucking make some new shit.
The working people out there that are trying to get scripts and shit. Why not? I mean, people love this superhero shit. Why not make new ones?
Yeah, but it's like, all right, or you said super duper rights. Like fucking India's got British motherfuckers. How come there's not more white movies in India? How come there's not more white movies in Bollywood? You know what I mean? It's like fucking if there's only a small percentage of that fucking person in a country, why would they be overrepresented in fucking movies?
Yeah, you're gonna play the percentages.
Yeah, you're just playing the fucking percentages. It's not like it's
not always a conspiracy.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not like how do we hold them down? Like, no, the cats are actually overrepresented. If you're
Is it too soon for a new Blade? I mean,
No.
I'd
No.
watch.
Wesley's still fit enough to beat
I
him.
think you could. Yeah, just make another one with Wesley.
I don't think he
Why
can,
not?
but because he's a vampire and it's pretty obvious that he got older.
Oh, he's half human.
He has. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay.
And because nobody likes Wesley Snipes.
What?
Like
Oh, 'cause of the
professionally, I don't think anybody wants
He
to
did.
deal
He
with
did
him.
choke out
Oh, for
Dustin
real?
Ibarra.
Did he?
And I
Yeah,
don't think
they were,
the public
they were
is
on that
begging
show.
for him either.
Do you remember that show, The Player? I think it only went for like one season or something like that.
And he was hard to deal with.
Well, Dustin had a scene where he was like a hacker guy, and Wesley Snipes was supposed to like choke him
And he
to like convince him to do something.
Yeah.
And he choked him for real. And when the scene ended, he said Wesley Snipes like bent down and got close to his ear and went, "I wanted you to know what it feels like."
You're welcome. Good thing it wasn't a rape scene.
I mean, he didn't choke him
Oh,
out
shit.
though. He fake choked him, right?
No,
He didn't choke him unconscious, but he actually strangled him. Yeah.
No,
Well, I
there's
feel
a
like if
still.
you're acting in a movie,
He's a method actor.
as a guy that has been in movies that has had to choke people, I choked them. Because I felt like if you were watching me in a movie choke somebody, I asked Rob Corddry if he felt like I was choking him when I was choking him and there was people that were trying to pull my hands off his neck. How am I supposed to not choke him a little bit? There were people that were grabbing my forearms, trying to pull my forearms off his neck while I was choking him dressed as a clown. So I fucking choked. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, get it. But my hands were squeezing his neck for sure.
When they yelled cut, was he like, gasping for air?
No, but the other guy because there was a guy that I think I fake punch in the face. I grabbed him from the front of his t-shirt and like put him up against the table or something. And I felt like that's one thing. I'm not a good actor. I don't know how to act. I haven't thought about it for that long, but I thought about acting tough my whole life. So I could just pretend that I'm super angry and I'm about to snap. And I felt like I kind of did that to a couple people there where they were like, wow, that was good. But everything else I did was terrible because I was thinking, what are my lines? What are my lines? You could see it on my face.
I was in, have you ever heard of Frankenhooker?
Worst actor ever. No, but I'd hire her.
I was in that guy's movie.
Oh.
Which one?
It was called Bad Biology. It was about a girl that was addicted to abortions and a guy that was fucking, that had that wanted a big dick.
Will.
Does Will got to sing a song about a girl addicted
No, he
to
does
abortion?
not. No, he doesn't. We have to move on.
Anyway, I had,
lights are on.
yeah.
Stop. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's Bad Biology. So I had to play.
I just want to see your acting in it. Are you acting in it?
Pull it up on YouTube. I had to play like a dope fiend, and then I had to like choke her in the scene, and it was weird because you're like, I don't know how hard I should be going. I want to look like it's
gotta be fake.
Yeah.
You're billed as Crackhead 1.
Yep, I'm Crackhead 1. And and here's the illest shit.
You're a great actor in this.
Why is it so slow?
Oh, your studio works?
Wait, you have internet in your studio?
Yeah, you guys got
Wait, there's one studio that has internet and one that doesn't? Wait, we're in the studio that has no internet?
We have internet but no sound.
Oh, okay. Well, then fucking.
Looks like we have neither.
As long as everybody's.
So, yeah, that's me. And here was the crazy shit is I had clearly. I accidentally got this chick pregnant and not her, another girl. So in between scenes, I was on the phone like talking to her, trying to convince her to get an abortion. And then they're like, we need you in here. And then I'd go in there and like do a take. It was fucking. And then the illest
life imitates art.
And then it gets even crazier. The girl, I fucked her because she was fucking with this kid I knew who screwed me over at work. So I was like, I'm gonna fuck your girl. And then the condom came off, and the psychic had told me, was like, you're gonna get someone pregnant. And
oh man, this is awesome.
And I was like, as soon as the condom came off, I heard the psychic's voice, and I was like, no. And then sure enough, 2 weeks later, yeah.
Oh man.
That's one of those I could tell you, but I can't put it in print. You know what I mean? Like, that's like just us talking. That's just us talking, but like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I remember, yeah, I was like, and he even broke it down. He was like, she's going to have a big butt. And I'm like, and I'm like thinking, you're just saying that because I sound black on the phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, sure enough.
She had a big butt.
Yeah, fat ass.
I heard people with big butts get pregnant faster.
They might.
Yeah, I'm just going with the flow.
They fucking might. Or maybe just, yeah.
Maybe you just need to get better fitting condoms or something.
I was
or pull out or something.
I threw on a I put on a Magnum because I like my condoms to sag like my pants.
That's pretty.
I
respect that.
They look like some FUBUs.
You can put your balls in there as well.
Yeah.
But half hanging out so you can see your ball crack.
Fuck it, yeah, straight up. Yeah. Look at me. Look at me. Did you ever tell you the story where I go to like a fucking an estate sale, and I'm walking around and there's all those fucking obelisks everywhere.
What's an obelisk?
They're like these pointy fucking phallic-y looking things. Like
Yeah.
they got one in at in Washington D.C. It's a big Washington Monument thing.
So what do you do with it?
Yeah, the Egyptians
Yeah.
invented. It's just a big long. Yeah, the Washington Monument.
So
what about it?
So it's a single guy that died, and I'm walking around. There's obelisks everywhere, and then I go in his bedroom, and there's this bust of a guy, and he's like this tiny little fella, but it has his dick, and his dick is like my size. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ! I'm like, hold on a second, this is like, whoa, this is a little weird.
Yeah.
And then I turn around, and on the bed, there's all these. It said metal bracelets, $5, and they're all cock rings.
Oh, they had a mislabeled.
Yeah, the niece and nephew are there standing next to the shit. They're
Trying them on.
They're selling. I didn't have the heart to be like, hey man, those are gay uncle's cock rings, bro.
See, the impression I'm getting so far is that everything in this man's house could and probably was like fucked.
Yeah, it was like definitely like you go to my
Or
house.
he was wearing it when he was fucking.
Yeah,
chamber of dildos.
Like, do you think he put the obelisks in his anus?
I think he just like dick. So like everything was that, and even the fucking one of the cock rings were like the attached shit. So it was like bigger, smaller.
Yeah, they
I'm
stretch
like,
it out.
I'm like, dude, like that's clearly a fucking
Yeah.
Not to them. They thought it was the goddamn.
Some people are really into that stuff, and I always think about that too. When you're like a leather daddy guy, does that mean are you a leather daddy guy all the time? Do you think about it all the time? And I feel like that question is answered with Jude's friend there, because some people just do it all day, right? They think about it all day, and when they got to go to work, so they
Yeah, you can't show up for your shift at Starbucks in
I
your
want
leather daddy suit.
as soon as you get back, you're just in.
I bought a cock ring because I couldn't keep my dick hard.
Oh yeah, that can help. I
With
guess.
condoms, because I was like so used to having sex with my girlfriend without one, and then I was like, I'll just get a cock ring.
Why don't you just take prep?
That's
there's things other.
I mean, they got this shit called kids.
Oh,
that's
what do you
almost
what do
as
you
bad
get
as
cut?
fucking AIDS.
I got cut.
What's that?
Man. How much longer are we on the radio? Are we even
Not
on?
much.
I love how we're on fine today, but we got cut off yesterday.
Oh, my bad, sir.
No, you're all right. You can do it all day if you want to. But it's just yeah, that's an angle.
Yeah. Don't worry about fucking kids, bro.
You get a cut like I did. It's not that bad.
You got it snipped.
Yeah.
But you got
And
two
then
kids
and
that
then
you love, you know what I
wait,
mean?
do you want to but do you want to have more kids? You're almost the same
Yeah, I
age
want to
as
have
me.
a family.
Oh,
yes.
okay. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
So once I do, then I'll fucking.
Okay, well, that
once-
changes everything. I did not know that.
Let me ask you this: once you got it cut, were you like, did it not feel as good?
Nothing's changed at all.
Okay.
I've never heard that the vasectomy takes away the feeling. You mean psychologically?
Yeah,
takes
it's like
away?
just in the back of my mind, like the inner caveman in me wants to just fucking come in things. You know what I mean?
But
like,
I still come in things.
Yeah, but like nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, I do, and it feels great.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that would make things feel better.
It fucking totally does. I
No,
don't
it's
think I've
weird.
ever gone
Touche.
internal with one and gone like there's that. Well, there's one thing that I didn't. You know what? It's not even It's not on the menu anymore. I don't think of it.
You're just fucking
Because I know
blast.
it doesn't. I'm not that guy that if it ever comes up,
Right.
I always go, well, you don't have to worry about me because I'm not in the game anymore. Yeah, and I never go, man, I wish I was in the game. No, I do not. I love
Do you tell them
my
ahead
kids,
of
and that's
time?
it.
Do you tell them ahead of time that you're cut, or do you just bust in them and just like, ha ha, and then be like,
You're pregnant, psych.
call me in a
usually what
couple
I-
weeks.
That's usually what I
Call
wait
me
for
when
him.
you're bleeding, babe.
I wait for him to call me and tell me that they're pregnant. I go, nope, wasn't me.
Try again.
Impossible.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah. No, I don't.
See, because I'm pretty much ready to do it.
Yeah.
And it is a little
okay.
It is a little weird, but not because I think it's going to be less fun to come, just because I don't know what I'm going to think in 10 years. I'm pretty sure I don't ever want any more kids, but it's tough to make that. It's really tough because I can't imagine not making the commitment now because that sucks.
I gotta go. We got a break. We'll be back. Jude, if you stay, that's awesome. If you don't, we love you. We gotta go.
Trying to get rid of me?
No, I just don't know if you're gonna.
Faction Talk. SiriusXM 103.
All hail the King of the West!
Jason Ellis and Michael Tully on Faction Talk.
Oh my God!
All right, everybody, we've got to go. But before we go, Jude has something to say, something to promote. So check it out.
Yo, go to YouTube. Type in Brain Games Jude. It's a fucking awesome little cartoon about me having sex. Well, it's
and other stuff. He does a lot of weird stuff on there. It's a fun, interesting thing you should check out.
It's deeper
It's
than
free,
that.
right?
Yeah, it's deeper than that. Yeah, and I'm gonna do a whole hyena thing of it. That's just a little taste.
So check that out, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Don't die.
Don't die.
The king of the afternoons isn't just on the radio.
They've been all around the world, and no one's ever told us how many M&Ms they can fit in their foreskin.
Stay informed and catch up on all the behind-the-scenes footage by following them on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tullywood,
Oh, yes!
Did I get it?
No.
at Kevin Kraft,